After the Gulls and Blue Sox played on Monday, why not do it again? Hi, everybody. Zach Letson getting you set for tonight's matchup between Newport and Valley, the second straight time that these two teams have played this season. Newport has won all three matchups with Valley so far in the young year, including most recently a 12-10 victory here at Cardines Field in a high-scoring ball game on Monday. Now they're back just 2 days later, and Newport looks for a fourth consecutive win. But first, the Gulls pregame show starts right now.
Doctors at University Orthopedics have been caring for the people of Rhode Island and southeastern Massachusetts for more than 40 years. With the Warren Alpert Medical School of Brown University, we train the next generation of orthopedic surgeons. We've built state-of-the-art facilities from Westerly to Mansfield. At our East Bay Surgery Center, we've performed thousands of surgeries, including same-day total joint replacements. We've grown through the years, but our goal has always been to get you and your next generation back to doing what you love to do. The best orthopedic care anywhere is right here.
Welcome back to the pregame show here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. I'm Ryan Medeiros here alongside fellow media operations assistant Eric White, a student at the Rochester Institute of Technology. Eric, obviously the climate up in Rochester is a little bit different than it is here in Newport. How much have you been enjoying the summer weather at the City by the Sea?
Yeah, it feels great to be out here. It's been a lot of fun being able to come down to Cardines Field and just enjoy the games, enjoy the weather. It's a good experience.
Yeah, and I know you're more of an animation guy, learning some of that up at school, but you've been doing some camera work here as well. Tell me about some of the work that you've been doing here and what you've enjoyed so much.
So I'm actually minoring in photography as well up at school, so it's been good to get more experience with that. It's something that I've always wanted to dive into. I think the biggest adjustment has just been going more to sports photography, trying to get action shots, whereas at school it's very composed and slow. This is really fast-paced, and you really have to be on top of things.
Yeah, and you played some high school baseball as well. How does it feel to be on the other side of things as opposed to on the field?
I mean, it feels interesting. I don't really know how to respond. I mean, kind of wish I could go out there during batting practice, shag balls with everyone. I miss it, but it's fun to be here. It's still good to be around the field, be at the ballpark, enjoy talking with the guys when you're on the field, taking photos, and just seeing everyone. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and speaking of talking with the guys, we have a fairly large media operations team here. How much have you enjoyed getting to know everyone so far?
It's been great getting to know everyone. Everyone here has been really nice, and we're getting more people coming, so that's allowed us to be more creative with our roles and really switch around. I think one of the great things about this internship is that they really cycle you through different positions. You get to learn different skill sets and take those with you, and obviously just bonding with the people here has been a nice experience.
Well, thanks so much, Eric. That was our Gulls Insider interview. The pregame show continues next on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Welcome back to the pregame show here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. I'm David Blaze here with Jordan Rogers ahead of tonight's showdown against the Valley Blue Sox. Jordan, Monday you went 1 for 3, were still able to score a run and bring in 2 RBIs. What led to your success?
Just sticking with the process, just trusting my hands and knowing I went 1 for 3. I put the ball in play, and that was my mission there, is put the ball in play with two outs and drive the runners in.
At Michigan University this season, you had a .271 batting average, and you also had 17 RBIs. Now, how does your experience here at the Newport Gulls differ from your Michigan family?
It doesn't at all. It's the same game, same guys as well. These guys treat me just like the guys at Michigan. They brought me in really well, and I feel just as comfortable, so it's an easy transition for me.
Finally, back-to-back games against this Valley Blue Sox here at Cardines Field. What do you think the Gulls need to do here tonight to get another home win?
I think it starts by just taking it one pitch at a time. Just win pitches offensively and defensively, and I think good things will happen.
Perfect. Thank you, Jordan. I appreciate it. We'll be right back here with the pregame show here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
You choose your own course, set your own pace. We get that. And our community succeeds when we work together. At People's Credit Union, we've been about people helping people since we first opened our doors in 1922. That's what credit unions do. We serve our members and our communities. And that drives our every action, every single day. That means building strong ties and doing what's right for our community. Because at People's, you're more than just a member. You belong here and always will.
It's Gulls Eye View. Zach Letson joined alongside the leadoff man for the Newport Gulls, Kenny Oyama. Kenny, you come from the other side of the country, California, from coast to coast to play here with the Newport Gulls. What's that been like for you?
It's been nice. It's sunny California, but the weather's great out here. Got in, met all the guys, all the coaching staff. They're all great guys, and they made the transition easy for me.
Well, I think it's a coaching staff that probably likes you. You get here on a late flight, and you're in the lineup next day, and now you've become the leadoff man for the Gulls pretty rapidly. What's that transition been like for you? And has it been challenging in certain ways, or been something that you've been able to kind of get in the flow of?
Yeah, it's challenging. It has its own challenges, getting in a late flight. But, I got a lift in the morning, got my legs under me, and then, they threw me in there kind of into the fire. But, just take it for what it is, go out and play my hardest.
Well, you play for the Gulls. You played those 3 games on the road. Then you get your first taste of playing at Cardines here last night, and certainly a ballpark that I think I haven't played anything like before. For someone that is as good a hitter for averages as the Gulls have on this team, what's it been like for you to kind of just play in this really unique place?
It's a special place. A lot of history here. The great atmosphere, great fans, great town. It's the dimension's a little weird, but it makes this place special.
Well, Kenny, thanks so much for the time. Best of luck out there.
Thank you.
All right. Pre-game show will continue right here. Coming up next on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Take control of your financial future. Build a secure retirement, a college fund, maybe that perfect home. First Command has been coaching people since 1958. An advisor is ready to work with you on your journey today. Call Juan Garcia, a First Command advisor, at 401-846-9842 today if you're ready to get started with a complimentary financial plan.
It's the Manager Show. I'm Zach Letson, joined alongside Gulls skipper Kevin Winterode before Newport takes on Valley here on Wednesday night. And, Coach, this team's starting to get on a little bit of a roll again. Winners of 3 straight after that forgettable, tough game against Ocean State. Was there a sense of urgency after that game? What kind of kicked things into gear here for Newport, who's now won 3 in a row?
Well, I think that particular game was just one of those games that happens. We didn't change a heck of a lot. We got a really good pitching performance the next day, and we've been swinging the bats pretty well for the most part of the season.
Well, the Gulls have been a pretty good offensive team overall, but especially here at home, hitting .341, basically tearing the cover off the ball, scoring nearly 10 runs a game. What do you think the difference is playing here at Cardines, and why do you think the Gulls have enjoyed it so much?
Well, I think the atmosphere is one. I mean, it's a great atmosphere, and it's a home field advantage, but also we have good players, and we don't try and hit the ball out of the park. We just square balls up, and we do a pretty good job of that.
Well, you guys are 9-3, sitting in first place in the Southern Division right now. Of course, first place means a lot this year with the new NECBL playoff format. What do you think the key is to sustaining this? Is it winning these high-scoring games, or is there kind of a different approach that you think is able to get you some more consistent victories?
I just think you have to play each game one at a time and not get too far ahead of yourselves. I think a lot of teams, it's still early, a lot can happen, so we just have to play one game at a time and just take care of our business.
All right, well, Coach, thanks so much for the time. Good luck tonight. All right. Pre-game show continues right here next on the NECBL Broadcast Network. It's the Broadcasters Roundtable here on the Newport Gulls pregame show on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Zach Letson joined alongside the broadcaster for the Valley Blue Sox, Devin Dobek, alongside Gulls field reporters David Blaise and Ryan Medeiros. And Devin, I'll start with you. It was another thriller between these two teams that played 3 really exciting games to start the year, but Valley just another heartbreaker for the team, and a nail-biting loss here on Monday.
It did show a lot about the Valley team, though. They were relentless. They were down 12-4, I believe, and they ended up making it a close game at 12-10 by the end of the game. Hit 4 home runs, and a big breakout game for Mason LaPlante. Went 4 for 5, hit his first home run of the season, stole a couple bases. So overall, I think there are some positives to take away, and you got another crack at them 2 days later.
On the other side, David, this is a Newport Gulls team, especially at home, that has really shown some excitement for their fans, hitting .341 and averaging nearly 10 games. Just an offensive fireworks show with this team.
Oh, without a doubt. And tonight we need to do the same thing that we did Monday and fire on all cylinders, at bat, pitching, and even stealing bases. It was a battle, and I even said that on commentary of whatever you can do, I can do better. Because with these Blue Sox, you cannot count them out. They are a very competitive team. We'll always find a way to stay in the fight. Also, whoever wins here tonight is the first team of the season to get 10 wins. So that's going to be a key factor as well.
And Ryan, this is a team that high-scoring affair last night, and there are 3 games really against Valley. How do they keep that level of consistency and maybe improve to avoid these kind of high-scoring games that they've been in?
Well, you mentioned the high-scoring offense for Newport. Well, a lot of the other teams have had high-scoring games as well, and a large part of that is due to the fact that the Gulls pitching has not been pretty, to say the least, this season. 5.07 ERA on the season for Newport, a 1.68 WHIP, which ranks second worst in the league, so they got to shape that up if they want to improve and continue winning ball games this season.
So that'll include our on-field pregame coverage here for the Gulls pregame show. Gulls and the Valley Blue Sox coming up next right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. We welcome you into a beautiful night for baseball here at historic Cardines Field. Thanks so much for joining us on a Wednesday night as these two teams match up once again for the second time in 3 days. It's the Newport Gulls and the Valley Blue Sox. Zach Letson joined alongside the Valley Blue Sox broadcaster, Devin Dobick, and the field reporter for the Newport Gulls, David Blaise. And this is two teams that are meeting up after just playing on Monday. Both teams had an off day yesterday after what was really an exciting, high-scoring affair. 12-10, the Gulls were able to come on top, but Valley gave it a fight, and it really was an exciting game from innings 1 to 9.
Yeah, Zach, like I touched on in the pregame show, I think for all that the score was, after just half of the game had been played, it was 12-4. Valley was able to put up a fight, show their relentlessness, put up 6 more runs, and make it interesting, which I think shows a lot about this team's heart. And if you want to have a big takeaway from this game, it's the play of Mason LaPlante. Went 4 for 5, hit his first home run of the season. Big breakout game for him as he's been struggling at the plate, finally finds a huge game, and that's got to be a huge confidence boost for him.
Yeah, hitting 500 now in his 3 games against the Newport Gulls after that sensational 4 for 5 night. And on the other side, this is a Newport team that has had a really exciting season, specifically from an offensive side, David. A team that's hitting .341 at home and averaging nearly 10 runs a game here at these confines.
Oh, without a doubt. And here's the thing. You need to see what the Gulls are going to continue to do, and not just tonight. Over the last week, the 7 days, there have been 5 hitters over 300 so far. So let's see what they can do tonight. Between hitters and also stolen bases, which plays a major factor into the win Monday, I'd like to see that continue tonight.
22 runs combined on Monday night, 10 of which came from the Valley Blue Sox. And Devin, getting a little bit different of a lineup tonight. Could you take us through that?
Yes, absolutely. So there's going to be 3 changes for the Valley Blue Sox coming in the second half of the lineup. Leading off will be Brendan Hewitt in center field. The senior at St. Joseph's is back in the leadoff spot, hasn't been there since week 1. He actually might have had 1 last week, but nevertheless, he's back there hitting .231 this season. Travis Holt will be batting second, arguably the Blue Sox best hitter. He went 0 for 6, which is incredibly rare for Travis Holt last game against Newport on Monday, but he will be still in the 2 spot. Nathan Thomas will be in the 3 spot. He's hitting .273. Luke Franzoni in the cleanup spot. We will not see Cole Andrews for the first time all season. He's been Mr. June for the Blue Sox, but Luke Franzoni at first base will be batting cleanup. Brian Hart, former NECBL Player of the Week, will be batting 5th. Paul Franzoni getting the start behind the dish instead of Cole Andrews. He will be batting 6th. Garrett Schultz, one of the changes to tonight's roster, along with Paul Franzoni, of course. The sophomore out of Xavier will be in left field, batting .316, which among active players is the highest average on the Valley Blue Sox. Christian Tejada, out of Miami, Ohio, will be in right field, another change. And Mason LaPlante back in that 9 spot after his 4 for 5 night. Looking forward to it, Zach.
Yeah, should be a fun one between these two teams. We've had 3 exciting games between Valley and Newport this season. Newport coming on top in all 3 of those games. And the hometown Gulls, they have taken the field for the first time here this evening. So let's give you Newport's defensive alignment tonight. Awfully similar to what we saw a night ago. Identical in the outfield with the Michigan man Jordan Rogers out in left field. Kenny Oyama out in center, his second game at Cardines Field. And Sam Cochran, Newport's games leader and hits leader, out in right, left to right across the infield. CJ Pitaro playing the hot corner at third base. Spencer Smith, after DHing a night ago, comes in at the shortstop position, the Northeastern Husky. Justin Guerrera, the second baseman tonight for the Gulls out of Fairfield. And Cal Perillo back in the lineup for Newport after he got the night off with Bryce Hewlett, the starter at first a night ago. Peter Ceruto, the battery mate to Newport's pitcher tonight, Grayson Moore. He gets his first start as a Newport Gull this evening and has been great for Newport this season. The only Gull who has made an appearance and has yet to give up a run on the year. 2 appearances this year, 5 innings, 4 of which came in a critical spot on the road against the Ocean State Waves, and Newport's thrilling victory 8-6.
And then on the other side of things, John McCauley will be doing the pitching for the Valley Blue Sox. He's made 3 appearances, 2 of which he started. He's 1-1 on the season with a 4.9 ERA through 11 innings pitched, and he has 6 strikeouts. He's not a guy who's going to blow hitters away, but he's a guy who's going to challenge them, and work counts, and it's going to be a great matchup to see.
Well, it's Brendan Hewitt that starts things off for the Blue Sox tonight. Looks at a first pitch upstairs, brings him down to a knee, but able to hold his swing up. 1-0. Hewitt, the kid from St. Joe's, Spring Lake, New Jersey. He's got a sharp fastball out of the hand of Moore, gets the plate. Something we have seen with Moore in his 5 innings this season. It's got an impressive fastball that can get up there. 1-1. Another fastball, blow by him, swing and a miss, 1-2.
Hewitt reached base 3 times just 2 nights ago in the 8 spot. He went 2 for 4 and also had a walk and scored 2 of the Valley 10 runs.
And he moves up from the 8 spot to the number 1 spot, the leadoff spot for Ez Randolph's team. And he lines the 1-2 sharply to Cochran, who came in, and now this ball gets over his head. It one-hops the wall. Hewitt making the turn for second, and he slides in there safely. A leadoff double for the Valley Blue Sox to get things started.
Huge confidence booster for Brendan Hewitt. Had a slow start to the season, and now that double back in the leadoff spot for him. Misplayed by Cochran, but nevertheless, Blue Sox will take it, as I believe they've started down in all 3 contests to Newport. Now they have a runner in scoring position with nobody down.
And to give some context, this is a good Valley Blue Sox team. 9-5. 0-3 against the Gulls, 9-2 against everybody else. Got an opportunity right away. First pitch to Travis Holt, a liner into left field. Rogers underneath it makes the catch for the first out of the game. So Moore bounces back. A couple of hard hit balls from these Valley Blue Sox have gotten the night started. And now an opportunity for Nate Thomas.
Nathan Thomas, 4 home runs on the season. Batting .273 for the Sox this year to go along with 11 RBI.
Well, one of those 4 2 nights ago. And it got the scoring started for either side. Broke a scoreless tie in the top of the 3rd inning for Valley. But Newport, just as they've done all year, they responded in the bottom of that frame with 5 runs. Runner on second is Hewitt. Comes the first pitch to Thomas. Big swing and a miss, home run swing. It's 0-1. Well, had that home run yesterday and went 1 for 3, beg your pardon, with the home run and a walk. 0-1. Big swing and a miss from the lefty Thomas, quickly behind, no balls and 2 strikes. Another kid from St. Joe's got 1 on the base paths and 1 in the batter's box. He just finished his junior season. Played 38 games. Runner goes. 0-2 is shot a mile in the air in the infield as Perillo communicating, and now Justin Guerrera camps under it and makes the catch for out number 2.
Yeah, Nathan Thomas just got a bit under that one. He's a guy who's either going to crush a baseball or go down trying. I mean, leads the team in strikeouts. Luckily was able to get a bat on that 2-strike pitch, but definitely a boomer bust guy for the Blue Sox, and definitely a guy that you want to roll the dice with in the 3 spot.
Well, the rally's still alive for Valley. Here's Luke Franzoni, another man that had a long ball yesterday. Valley had 4 of them on Monday in their loss. Sharp breaker from Moore, just misses in the dirt. Franzoni moves up a spot, hit 5th on Monday, 4th today. Home run, a single, and a trio of strikeouts. Swing and a miss right there. Makes it 1-1.
Franzoni is someone for the past week who has had 3 runs, which is pretty impressive, and not just him, but also Holt as well. Holt has had 5 runs in the past week as well. 2 great hitters for this team.
1-1. Another pop-up a mile in the air, and it stays in the infield again. Will Guerrero have a play on it? Yes, he will. He makes the catch, and the sign is retired. So Valley gets a leadoff double, but nothing more. Newport able to strand Hewitt, and we are scoreless after half an inning here at Cardines Field. More Newport Gulls baseball coming up next on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
The NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8. Purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule. The 2021 New England League All-Star Game will be hosted by the Newport Gulls at historic Cardines Field on Sunday, July 18th. Join the NECBL's best as they take to the diamond in front of scouts from every MLB organization at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Visit asg21.necbl.com for more information. Whether you're an island resident or just visiting, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking the New England League's preferred partner, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Visit steamshipauthority.com for more information.
The NECBL Broadcast Network, your home for the Newport Gulls.
Back for the home half of the bottom of the first. The Gulls get their first hacks tonight as we welcome you into historic Cardines Field. Zach Letson joined alongside Devin Dobek and David Blaze. And we'll take you through the Gulls lineup here as they get their first hacks on John McCauley, the arm for the Valley Blue Sox, who the Gulls have seen this season, made one start. Take it through Newport's lineup. Kenny Oyama, the leadoff man for the Gulls for a fourth straight game. Dawson Brigman hits right behind him. He's DHing. Sam Cochran, the right fielder, hitting in the 3 spot. Justin Guerrera, Newport's red-hot hitter with a 2-run shot on Monday, does the cleanup hitting and plays second base. Cal Perillo, the local Rhode Island College kid, back in the lineup playing first base, hitting 5th. Peter Ceruto does the catching and hits 6th. CJ Pitaro, the Vanderbilt kid, playing the hot corner and hitting 7th. Jordan Rogers out of Michigan hits 8th. And Spencer Smith rounds out the order and hits 9th, playing shortstop. Oyama looks at the first pitch in for a strike. Beautiful night for baseball. 65 degrees and mostly sunny. Saw a breaker. Now he sees a fastball down in the dirt. It's 1-1.
I'm happy there's no fog like the other night. That was a scare, but hey, you know what? The Blue Sox curse is now over.
We did have that concern 2 nights ago as Oyama slaps this one, but foul the opposite way. Almost saw goal skipper Kevin Winterland have a play on it down there.
Oyama cracked his bat also. He's going to have to get a new twig.
Well, it definitely made a little out of a sound, so that doesn't surprise.
But McCauley Jr. from Butler went 3-3 for the Bulldogs. He made 11 appearances in which he threw 37 2/3 innings and had 35 strikeouts to go along with a 6.21 ERA.
1-2 is a soft chopper right in front of home plate, but it goes foul. This is McCauley's 4th appearance, 3rd start on the season. And as mentioned, he did start in that game that was cut short because of fog in Newport's home opener. Went 4 innings and was charged with 6 earned runs with 6 hits, 4 walks, and 3 punch-outs. But has since bounced back a little bit. Had an outstanding start against the Bristol Blues in that shutout performance. 6 innings of shutout baseball, where he gave up just 3 hits and struck out 3 while walking 2. As this one is chopped hard by Oyama. Sliding play by Holt at second. On to first. He got him. What a play by Travis Holt for the first down in the bottom of the first.
And that's Travis Holt, Mr. Reliable on defense. Between him and Mason LaPlante at shortstop, Blue Sox have arguably one of the best middle infields in the New England College Baseball League. Lockdown defenders, they're not afraid to risk any body, and almost any ball that's hit to them you can consider automatic.
Well, you wouldn't know that he was playing third base just 2 nights ago with the way that he used his glove there. 1 away. Here's Dawson Brigman for the Gulls. Another man that's changed positions. Played second on Monday. DHing today. So sharp breaker drops in for strike number 1 out of the arm of McCauley. 1 for 5 a night ago, but a big one. 2 RBI double. They got the Gulls on the board in the bottom of the 3rd on Monday, rather. 0-1 is high and tight. It's 1-1. Pitch from the righty. Another pitch outside. It's 2-1 to Dawson Brigman. His 10th game with the Newport Gulls. He's played every night since arriving. Pretty good reason. 281 hitter. Had a home run in his debut. Tried checking his swing. It's a strike anyway, says home plate umpire Tyler Bullock. The umpires tonight, Tyler Bullock calling the balls and strikes, and Sam Finn and John Grasso out in the field. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Fastball, and he's able to hold off.
And as you said, Zach, 10 appearances now for Dawson Brigman, and he has 10 hits to go along with that, and 9 runs and 7 RBI. So a pretty decent start for Dawson Brigman, the junior from Santa Clara.
Swings at the payoff pitch and drives it into right field. But right on a line to the right fielder, Tejada. And there's 2 away. For the Blue Sox in the field, Schultz in left field, Hewitt in center, Tejada in right. Left to right across the infield, Nate Thomas plays third, Mason LaPlante at the shortstop position. Holt at second with Franzoni at first. And another Franzoni, Paul Franzoni, who the Gulls saw in a pinch hit role, does the catching for John McCauley on the mound. Gulls look to avoid going 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the first. Here's Sam Cochran. First pitch skips in the dirt.
And almost on cue, Zach, it looks as if in left center field there is actually a seagull. Does that happen quite often?
Oh boy, you're in for a treat. We had about 4 of them on Monday. They were kind of in a row, and then a couple nights before that we had like 6 out there. So I think the party's just getting started, if we're being honest.
We actually had a beaver at Mackenzie Stadium last week, which was pretty insane, mid-game, just running all over the field, the dugout. So we have a little similarity there.
1-0, fastball 2 inside, and Cochran's ahead 2-0.
You know, this is when this lineup for the Gulls becomes really dangerous. The only difference from the other night is Cal Perillo replacing Bryce Hewlett at first base. But this is the lineup the other night. This portion of the lineup, this mid-lineup, has been really impressive as of late.
Cochran as dangerous as anyone the Gulls have in that core. The South Coast Health player of the game on Monday. Went 3 for 3 with a pair of doubles. Shoots the 2-1 a mile in the air, but it goes foul. Cochran, the team leader in games, the only goal that has played in all 13 games. And no one has more hits than the College of Charleston right fielder either. 18 of them. Started in the leadoff spot, now in the 3-hole for Kevin Winroad's team. Looks at the 2-2, just misses on the inside part. McCauley thought he had him, but count runs full.
And he was definitely a big part of the Blue Sox loss back on Monday. He did not reach base in any plate appearance, which is pretty impressive.
Payoff pitch comes in and hits him on the backside. So Cochran, after reaching base 5 times on Monday, like you said, Devin, makes it 6 for 6 in the last 2 games against Valley. Newport's first base runner comes courtesy of a hit batsman. And now the ever-dangerous Justin Guerrera.
Had the sole home run for the Gulls just back 2 nights ago.
A category that he leads Newport in, 4 on the year. Cochran goes. This one's hit hard up the middle for a base hit. Cochran off and running, gets to third, and Justin Guerrera does it again. And a single to put the Gulls in business with runners on the corners and 2 down.
And a beautiful hit and run put on that time by the Newport Gulls. They send the runner, and doing his job is Guerrera hitting the ground ball to the right side of the infield. Travis Hull, of course, covering the bag, was unable to make that usually routine ground ball play. And nevertheless, it's 1st and 3rd, and the inning continues.
Yeah, and Justin Guerrera, he's most dangerous when there are runners on base, the team leader in RBIs with 13. Let's see if he can increase that total here tonight.
Well, here's the first baseman, Cal Perillo, playing in his first game in a week since Newport had that heartbreaking loss to the Danbury Westerners, 10-9. But a good problem to have if you're Newport, between Bryce Hewlett and Cal Perillo, who leads this team in batting average at .360. Healthy leadoff first for Guerrera. First pitch to Perillo. Looks at a fastball, gets the black for strike one.
5 of the 9 Gulls hitters hitting above 300, which is pretty impressive when you're facing a lot of Division I talent on the mound.
This one's outside. Well, Perillo, a Division III talent out of Rhode Island College, but you certainly would not know that with the season that he's had. Or at least it wouldn't be as telling. 3 for 4 on opening night against these very same Valley Blue Sox. Led the team in hits that night and leads them in batting average on the season. Runner takes off. Perillo swings and misses. And the catcher, Franzoni, will just watch as Guerrera moves to second. So now 2 runners in scoring position for the Gulls.
And that will be Justin Guerrera's 6th stolen base of the season, which was a key factor the other night for these Gulls.
Team leading 6th. He stands at second, Cochran at third, with Perillo waiting on the 1-2 pitch. Curveball lofted into shallow right field, but Holt is underneath it and makes the catch. So Newport strands 2 in the bottom of the first. Still no score between the Blue Sox and the Gulls as we head to the second right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Fans, you, our loyal fans, will be selecting 2 players to this year's All-Star Game. Beginning on Monday, July 12th, fans will be able to vote for the final All-Star for each of the North and South Division teams. The player from each division with the most votes will be named to the NECBL All-Star team and suit up with the rest of the All-Stars on Sunday, July 18th in Newport. Fan voting will take place online at vote21.necbl.com beginning on Monday, July 12th. Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8, purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule.
Franklin Sports is proud to be the official batting glove of the New England League. This summer, the NECBL and its 14 organizations join over 200 major leaguers by wearing custom Franklin batting gloves as members of the Franklin family. To design your own custom pair of batting gloves, visit franklinsports.com and join the fam.
Back for the top of the second inning. No score between Valley and Newport. First pitch comes in to Brian Hart, hitting in the 5 spot tonight. Moves from the leadoff spot 2 nights ago to the 5 tonight. Takes a big swing, tried to hold it up, but could not. It's 1-1.
The cool thing about Hez Randolph's Valley Blue Sox lineup is you will see guys bat in any part of the lineup. I've seen Hart 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's been all over the place. And we think back to, of course, Brendan Hewitt, who led off, batted 8th last game rather. So really cool attribute there.
Fouls this one back. Well, it's a lineup, you kind of touched on it, 3 new players. But when you look at it on the surface, it looks like a completely different lineup because just about everyone outside of LaPlante in the 9, Holt in the 2, Thomas in 3, everyone else has kind of been shifted around. Swing and a miss on the 2-2, and Grayson Moore has punch out number 1 on the night to start the second.
The catcher, number 14,
Paul Franzoni will climb in. 1 for 12 thus far in his abbreviated season from the New Jersey Institute of Technology.
Swinging at the first pitch and lines it right back up the middle for a base hit. Hit number 2 on the night for Valley, and they have a base runner here with 1 down in the second.
That's got to feel great for Paul. 1 for 12 coming in, batting .083 with no RBIs and only 1 run. So to line one up the middle in your first at-bat, getting the start, especially when you got big shoes to fill without Cole Andrews in the lineup, it's got to be great for Paul.
First game all season that Andrews Miami of Ohio catcher has not been in a lineup card, but so far so good for Franzoni. As home run swing on the first pitch to Garrett Schultz, who now steps in from the right side. Another man who did not play for Valley a night ago. Franzoni, Schultz, and Tejada, all new additions to this starting 9 from 2 nights ago. He drives the 0-1. That gets up the middle for a base hit. Back-to-back singles on liners up the middle, and Valley with an opportunity once again here in the second.
It will be interesting to see what Coach Hez Randolph decides to do here. If he decides to drop one down with Christian Tejada, who has a lot of speed, but he's only 2 for 14 on the season, so not a tremendous hitter, but Mason LaPlante coming off a 4 for 5 game, you think maybe they want to sacrifice the out, get 2 runners in scoring position for the guy with the hot hand.
A little tougher with 1 out as opposed to none, but opportunity for Valley nonetheless. So here's a fastball from Moore that catches the zone. Now LaPlante, the player of the day 2 days ago, stands on deck. And Tejada gets his first hacks at Cardines Field this season. Chops the 0-1 softly, and it hits off of him and ruled a foul ball by home plate umpire Tyler Bullock.
That's something you don't see too often.
A little strange. You wonder, would that have been called a foul ball had it not hit him? The answer probably is yes, because it looked like it hit around the home plate area.
Yeah.
Something we'll never know, but it did hit Tejada on his way running out of the box. A foul ball, so it's 0-2. With Franzoni on second, Schultz on first. This pitch misses upstairs. It's 1-2. Tejada playing in his 5th game this year with the Valley Blue Sox, his first against the Gulls. 2 for 14 in limited at bats. One, 2. Shot in the air, foul, and we'll do it again. It was Valley that jumped on the board first on Monday. A solo home run from Nate Thomas. Got the scoring started in the top of the third before Newport answered with 5 in the bottom of the third. And kind of a story of how the night would go. 12-10, the Gulls came out on top. Looks at the 1-2 on the outside part of the plate. Strike number 3. Big punch out for Grayson Moore. His second of the inning, and there's 2 away.
And I bet you Christian wants that one back. Definitely a look of disgust with himself as he walks out of the box. He knew it before the umpire even rung him up.
Well, here's Mason LaPlante.
Texas.
Coming off as big of a night as he's had all year. 4 for 5, a 2-run shot in the 9th inning. Runners take their big leads as Moore drops a breaker in there for strike number 1. 4 for 5 a night ago, 5 for 10 in the 3 games that he has played against Newport this year. A 1, that's a strike on the outside part of the plate, and Moore attacking the zone. He's ahead 0-2. Guy looking to strike first here in the top of the 2nd inning. Back-to-back singles from Franzoni and Schultz. Have them with an opportunity for the 9-hole hitter, Mason LaPlante. 0-2. Line the other way, but foul. Into the seats. Souvenir for a fan.
You know, one thing about these Valley Blue Sox, and they're so competitive, and the key to Monday as well, they loaded the bases so many times, and they make it look so effortlessly. So we'll see what happens here.
Hey, give yourself enough opportunities, you're bound to cash in.
10 runners left on base on Monday night for the Valley Blue Sox.
0-2. He struck him out. Grayson Moore comes right back after a pair of singles. He strikes out the side and strands 2 Valley Blue Sox on the base paths. We'll head to the bottom of the 2nd. No score between Valley and Newport here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
The Newport Gulls Broadcast Network features 7 high-definition cameras, graphics, instant replay, and extended pregame and postgame coverage. Watch the Gulls all season long every Friday night on YourView New England. Be sure to follow the Gulls all season long on our social media accounts at Newport Gulls on Twitter and Instagram, and Facebook.com/Newport Gulls, and subscribe on YouTube.com/Newport Gulls for the latest video highlights and exclusive interviews. The Newport Gulls Broadcast Network features 7 high-definition cameras, graphics, instant replay, and extended pregame and postgame coverage. Watch the Gulls all season long every Friday night on YourView New England. Be sure to follow the Gulls all season long on our social media accounts at Newport Gulls on Twitter and Instagram, and Facebook.com/Newport Gulls, and subscribe on YouTube.com/Newport Gulls for the latest video highlights and exclusive interviews. The 2021 New England League All-Star Game will be hosted by the Newport Gulls at historic Cardines Field on Sunday, July 18th. Join the NECBL's best as they take to the diamond in front of scouts from every MLB organization at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Visit asg21.necbl.com for more information. Whether you're an island resident or just visiting, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking the New England League's preferred partner, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Visit steamshipauthority.com for more information.
Back for the home half of the second here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. No score between the Newport Gulls and the Valley Blue Sox. The fourth matchup between the teams. 6, 7, and 8 hitters for Newport due up in this inning, and Peter Ceruto looks at a first pitch, sharp breaking ball for a strike. Set this pitch outside. Ceruto has been the Blue Sox killer in the games that he's played against them this season. 4 for 6. Player of the game in that Newport home opening night victory when he went 2 for 3. And followed it up with another big night 2 nights ago. 2 for 3 again.
And was able to get hit by a pitch and get on board once again.
Reached base 3 different times when the Gulls put up 12 runs. Working a good at bat here. He's made it 2-2 on this breaking ball outside.
For a 6-hitter, 324 is pretty solid. That's a guy that you want coming up after your heart of the order.
Swings at the 2-2 and pops it high in the air, kind of in a no-man's land. Nice play by Travis Holt once again in right field for the first out of the inning.
I've been seeing between Holt and, of course, forgive me, Guerrera, battling the sun and having a tough time, and they've both made plays that sometimes would look a little more routine, look difficult. So it'll be interesting to see here at Cardines Field how much the sun plays a factor on those high pop-ups.
It's a complete polar opposite of the other night, I gotta say.
It's pretty cloudy as Pizarro drives this high and deep into center field, but Hewitt camps under it, makes the catch, and quickly 2 away. One pitch and a second out for McCauley. So going to go 1-2-3. We have to go through Jordan Rogers, the 8-hitter for the Gulls, the left fielder. Hitting the same exact spot 2 nights ago, excuse me, and reached base twice, walked and scored in the 3rd, and singled 2 innings later in the 5th. A 1 for 3 night. Another breaking ball that drops in there for strike number 1. At the 0-1, there's a strike on a fastball. Quickly 0-2 to the left fielder. Playing in his 5th game as a Newport Gull. 250 hitter thus far. Has shown some impressive power. Looks at a sharp breaking ball. Got in there for strike 3. Impressive stuff from John McCauley, the righty. And 1-2-3 go the Gulls in the bottom of the second. No score between Valley and Newport as we head to the 3rd here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Telecast is the exclusive property of the Newport Gulls Baseball Club and the New England Collegiate Baseball League, presented by the authority of the NECBL Broadcast Network for the entertainment of our listening and viewing audience. It may not be reproduced, re-recorded, or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game cannot be disseminated without the express written consent of the Newport Gulls and the Commissioner's Office of the New England Collegiate Baseball League.
Be sure to check out the Gulls online at newportgulls.com. That's newportgulls.com. Stay tuned for the Newport Gulls.
Zephyr is the official on-field cap of the NECBL. Also known as the Z-Hats, Zephyr is the authentic college hat with a loyal following of those who only wear the Z. Zephyr makes hats for over 800 colleges and channels that same energy and creativity into building custom hats of all types for pro sports teams, clothing brands, and companies everywhere. Make sure you pick up your Newport Gulls official on-field cap today. Franklin Sports is proud to be the official batting glove of the New England League. This summer, the NECBL and its 14 organizations join over 200 major leaguers by wearing custom Franklin batting gloves as members of the Franklin family. To design your own custom pair of batting gloves, visit franklinsports.com and join the fam.
To the third we go at Cardines Field. No score early on. Top of the order for Valley. Brendan Hewitt, a home run swing, cuts on and misses at it for strike one.
He doubled in his first plate appearance.
There you go. Impressive swing. And there he cuts and misses out again. 0-2 quickly to the St. Joe's center fielder. Comes into this one hitting .231. 0-2 is in the dirt as Moore takes a tumble off the mound. Out of our camera shot. It's 1-2. And the 8th spot last night was played pretty well. A couple of hits. Ended up reaching base 4 different times. Pair of singles, a walk, and reached on an E5. This pitch is inside, and the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. A .375 hitter this past year with St. Joe's. 2-2, a little bit of chin music upstairs, and from 0-2 to 3-2 to the leadoff man, Hewitt. Payoff pitch from Moore. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Hewitt goes chasing on a ball upstairs, and Grayson Moore, after striking out the side an inning ago, has his 3rd strikeout in a row.
The second baseman, number 8, Travis Holt.
And that brings up Travis Holt, the High Point University Panther. Had a kind of lackluster 2021 season, only hit .227, but of course, in 2020, he hit .348 and had 23 hits, which were both team highs. So definitely seems to have bounced back now, hovering around .296 for the Blue Sox this season.
Looks at an 0-1 that gets in there for a strike on a fastball. Yeah, certainly has held his end of the bargain offensively with Valley. Team leads 16 hits. But he swings and misses at this pitch on the outside part of the plate. Strike number 3. A 4th strikeout in a row and a 5th on the night for the goal arm, Grayson Moore. We are seeing him put on a clinic with a fastball and then the changeup there to retire the second baseman, Holt. Now Nate Thomas will get his opportunity with 2 down and nobody on. Beautiful breaking ball that begins the at-bat and gets Moore out ahead. 0-1. 0 for 1 day for Thomas. He flew out to Guerrera. So another sharp breaking ball comes in and just misses on the inside part of the plate. Thomas 1 for 4, but a big one, a home run in the 3rd inning on Monday. 1-1. Swing and a miss from Thomas on a pitch that broke down in the dirt. And Moore ahead of 1-2. Going to go 1-2-3, looking for a second straight inning where he strikes out the side. 1-2. Check swing. Yes, he went around. Grayson Moore. Unbelievable. 5 straight strikeouts and a second straight inning where he strikes out the side. We are scoreless as we go to the bottom of the third between Valley and Newport. Listen, Newport Gulls baseball on the NECBL Broadcast Network. We'll be right back.
The NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8. Purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule. The 2021 New England League All-Star Game will be hosted by the Newport Gulls at historic Cardines Field on Sunday, July 18th. Join the NECBL's best as they take to the diamond in front of scouts from every MLB organization at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Visit asg21.necbl.com for more information. You, our loyal fans, will be selecting 2 players to this year's All-Star Game. Beginning on Monday, July 12th, fans will be able to vote for the final All-Star for each of the North and South Division teams. The player from each division with the most votes will be named to the NECBL All-Star Team and suit up with the rest of the All-Stars on Sunday, July 18th in Newport. Fan voting will take place online at vote21.necbl.com beginning on Monday, July 12th.
Home half of the third, Grayson Moore struck out the side in the top of this inning. And now, see what the Newport bats can do. No score early on between Newport and Valley. It's the 9-hitter Spencer Smith who drives the first pitch he sees into deep right field. This ball is high off the wall. Smith has himself a double and he'll stop right there. A big-time hit, big-time power from Spencer Smith high off the wall, and Newport has a double to start the bottom of the third.
A little interesting how Tejada elected to play that ball. Looked as if he was looking up like it was a home run baseball, and then he was like, oh my goodness, I got to go after that. Because it hit the wall very high and then dropped straight down, and Tejada got a late break on it. Luckily, the runner holding at second for the Blue Sox.
Yeah, Smith was close to taking off for third base, and it's hard to hit a ball much further than that without getting home run distance. What a way to start for Smith, the 9-hitter. Sets up shop for the top of this order. Here's Kenny Oyama. Scores around a bunt, and this pitch is down low and outside, ball 1. Inside. Oyama looking for his first hit here at Cardines Field. Playing in his second game at home. 5th as a Newport goal. 1-0. Drives this pitch a mile, but it goes foul. Wow.
That ball was crushed.
For someone 5'2", 140, a lot of pull power. And we saw 2 nights ago him drive one out near the ivy out there, the trees, and it was a great play by Valley that robbed him of a hit. He's got an opportunity here. Smith on second, nobody out. He's 0 for 1 today with a ground out to Travis Holt. Ground out's a nice way of putting it, though. It was a great play by Holt that started off the bottom of the first inning. Here we are in the bottom of the third. One. Good eye from Oyama on a pitch upstairs and out. And it's 2-1. Oh for 3 2 nights ago, but did reach base twice. He was hit by a pitch in the 6th and walked an inning later in the 7th inning. 2-1. Driven by Oyama on a line to center field. This ball is caught in center by Huth. Nice play to come running in, and there's one down.
Great play made by Brendan Hewitt coming in to make that running catch. Looked off the bat as if it was going to fall in for a single and score a run, but Brendan Hewitt not giving up on the play and making a nice running grab for the Sox.
So one down on a hard hit ball off the bat of Oyama. Now it's Dawson Brigman's turn. Newport's 2-hitter. Looking for his first hit tonight. No score. Newport looking to break the ice with Spencer Smith on second base. Takes a big lead, and now McCauley will give him a stare. Oh for 1 with a pop out to the right fielder, Tejada. Came in the first. Newport had an opportunity with 2 base runners, couldn't cash in. Good eye from Brigman on a pitch outside. Start the at-bat, it's 1-0. Looking to start the scoring for Newport tonight. He was the man that started the scoring in the bottom of the 3rd against these very same Valley Blue Sox with a 2 RBI double on Monday. 1-0. Home run swing, cut on and missed.
You know, if you're the Gulls, this is who you want at bat right now. In the last 7 days, Bergman has had 7 RBIs. He's more than capable of bringing them in.
Kevin Winterode likes having him in that 2 spot. Every game that the Santa Clara infielder has started has been his spot in the lineup. 1-1. Fastball taken outside, 2-1. A .281 hitter in his first 9 games of the season. Comes from San Jose, California. The top 2 hitters in this Gulls lineup, Oyama and Brigman, both coming from the other side of the country. 2-1. Taken upstairs, and Brigman had 3 balls and 1 strike.
In his freshman year at Santa Clara, he played in all 50 games, which is the record for a Bronco freshman starting at shortstop.
About 115 in 2 seasons plus, something that it's impressive. Like I said, this pitch high and in, and Brigman has a 5-pitch walk. Newport with their second base runner here in the 3rd. Well, nobody on this team has more base hits than the man coming to the plate right now. Here's Sam Cochran for the Gulls. Comes in with an opportunity.
Just like Bergman, over the past 7 days, Cochran has had 5 RBIs as well.
All 5 that he has on this season, ever since kind of moving into this 3 spot that Kevin Winterode has put him in. First pitch is too high, and 5 of the last 6 pitches out of the arm of McCauley, out of the zone. Newport not giving an inch, and it'll call for a bit of a mound visit as Franzoni makes his way out to talk to McCauley. 2 base runners for Newport in the first. They could not cash in. Runners on the corners. And a 1-2-3 frame for the Gulls in the second. And now, right back at it with another opportunity. Spencer Smith started this inning by missing a home run by mere feet out in right field. And Dawson Brigman, 2 batters later, has extended this Newport rally a little bit with a base on balls. To now give way for Sam Cochran and Justin Guerrera in the on-deck circle.
Cochran, 5'11", 180, hails from Ocala, Florida. Right near you, Zach.
Eckerd College, now College of Charleston for Cochran. He hits this one foul. The Week 2 honor roll recipient, Cochran, and why not? Got out to a red-hot start this year and was the South Coast Health Player of the Game 2 nights ago. After going 3 for 3 with a pair of doubles. 2 for 5 in night number 1 of the season against Valley, with a base hit in Newport's first at-bat of the whole year.
This pitch is low, and Cochran's ahead 2-1.
You know, you got to think about the currently with Sam Cochran at bat, but the next two batters as well, Justin Guerrera, Cal Perillo, two amazing hitters for this Gulls team as well. It's like having Mark McGuire, Barry Bonds, and I don't know, Hank Aaron all at the same time. It's absolutely amazing.
2 on for the Gulls. As Cochran looks at another pitch outside. Now, McCauley has lost the zone here a little bit and in danger of walking Cochran and loading the bases.
And not something you want to do with the cleanup hitter, Justin Guerrera, hitting .350 this season, waiting in the on-deck circle and licking his chops.
Yeah, that's batter number 12 for Newport. And Brigman the first walk to this point, but in danger of a second one here for McCauley. And there it is. Back-to-back walks for the Gulls. And the bases are full for Justin Guerrera.
Oh, how the tables have turned. The other night, you know, Valley was the first team to actually load up the bases. Now it's Newport. Very interesting how it's changed since Monday.
Someone that you'd have to imagine. Look at his chops at the opportunity. Is Guerrera calls for a visit on the bump. Another one for the Blue Sox. This maybe to just talk things over. Doesn't look like a call to the bullpen is being made. Now, what an opportunity for Newport. 1 out, and the base is full. Smith on third base began this inning with a double. Brigman walked 2 batters later, and right after him, Sam Cochran walked.
If I saw Justin Guerrera coming up too, I'd make sure there was a mound visit as well. Smart move right there.
Well, nobody has driven in more runs for the Newport Gulls. And the man about to stand in from the right side, Justin Guerrera, 13 of them, which is second across the entire league. Someone that was not with the team when the season started, and he is near the top of league highs. It's the type of hitter at the plate. Looks out a first pitch curveball out of the zone. A 5-pitch walk to Brigman, a 5-pitch walk to Cochran, and now Guerrera ahead. 1 ball and no strikes. 1 for 1 with a single today. As he drives this curveball right to the third baseman coming to the plate. They get the force at home. Nice play by Thomas. Heads up, able to come home and get the force to get Smith out at the plate. And although the bases remain loaded, now there's 2 away.
Much needed out by the Valley Blue Sox, and you couldn't have drawn it up much better. Of course, a strikeout, but you couldn't have drawn it up much better than a ground ball right at one of your fielders, easily able to make the force play at home plate.
Big second out. Here's Cal Perillo, first baseman for the Gulls. He's had the first pitch outside. Not just big for the second out, but to get Guerrera out of the way, who had a base hit in the first inning. Now 1 for 2 on the day. Stands at first with a fielder's choice. As Perillo looks at a sharp breaking ball. Buckles the knees a little bit. It's 1-1.
A lot of break on that pitch from John McCauley. Looked to me as if it came in a little high, but nevertheless able to receive the strike call, which is much needed the way his control's been in this third inning.
1-1. Breaker, but it's too high this time to Perillo. 2-1. Popped out to Holt. That ended the bottom of the first for Newport. Big opportunity with goals on every base. Swings and misses at the 2-1. A fastball that he cuts right through. And now Valley, a strike away from getting out of a big-time jam. Smith on third, Brigman on second, Guerrera on first. Here's the pitch. It's chopped right to the shortstop, LaPlante. A couple of steps over to first in time. The Valley Blue Sox get out of the jam, and the Gulls strand the bases loaded. No score between Valley and Newport. And let's keep things here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. I'll toss it over to the Newport Gulls field reporter, David Blaze, to give us a look around the NECBL. David?
Perfect. Thank you, Zach. I appreciate it. We got a lot of New England Collegiate Baseball League action tonight with 5 matchups, 3 Northern Division and 2 Southern Division. We have the 5th place North Adams Staple Cats versus the 6th Winnipesaukee Muskrats. Games tied 5 apiece at the top of the third. We got the 2nd place Vermont Mountaineers versus the 3rd place Keene Swamp Bats, with the Mountaineers up 1-0 at the end of the third. We got also the fourth North Shore Navigators versus the first place Upper Valley Nighthawks, with the Nighthawks currently up 8-3 at the end of the fourth. We got the fourth place Danbury Westerners for our first Southern Division matchup against the fifth place Mystic Sooners, with the Sooners being up 2-0 at the top of the fourth. And then last but certainly not least, we got our final Southern Division matchup with the sixth place Ocean State Waves versus the seventh place Bristol Blues in Bristol. The Ocean State Waves win 1-0.
A lot of packed action. Certainly nice to see. We only had one other game on Monday with the rain. Packed action and a great game. No score between Newport and Valley as we go to the fourth. So I'll toss it over to Devin Domek, the voice of the Valley Blue Sox, to take us through innings 4, 5, and 6. Devin?
Thanks, Zach. Excited for the 4 through 6 innings to be on play-by-play. Scoreless 3 innings, which is something that
different.
we had
22 runs here.
Exactly. So if you like defensive baseball, you're in the right place, which you wouldn't expect after, as you said, 22 runs back just 2 nights ago. But nevertheless, here come the Valley Blue Sox back up to bat for the top of the fourth. It will be Luke Franzoni, Brian Hart, and Paul Franzoni. So 2 Franzonis will be hitting this inning. Paul, of course, opened the hitting for Valley back in the second inning with a 1-out single up the middle.
Blue Sox, the first baseman, number 10,
Luke Franzoni popped up to the second baseman, Justin Guerrera, who made a beautiful catch battling the sun in his first at bat. And the first pitch from Moore. Dropped in for strike 1 on the breaking ball. Franzoni batting .268 for the Valley Blue Sox this season. That one bounced in the dirt, gets by the catcher, and count evened up at 1. Or 2-0, excuse me. Senior out of Xavier in the cleanup spot tonight. Usually belongs to Cole Andrews, who, as we mentioned, is out of the lineup tonight. The pitch. That one is laced past the third baseman, C.J. Pitaro, into left field for the Valley Blue Sox, 4th hit of the night.
Yeah, right on the screws, really hit hard, and Pitaro forced to kind of move quickly and just scored it under the glove, but that's great contact and a great piece of hitting for Franzoni, and that's what you need against a guy who's really been in a groove in Grayson Miller, who had struck out the previous 5 batters in a row. That's a way to bounce back if you're Valley.
And Brian Hart climbs into the left side of the batter's box and takes ball 1 up high. Franzoni gets a single, nobody out, and Valley trying to be the first to strike here as Hart swings through that one for strike 1. Grayson Moore, as you said, retiring the last 6 outs by way of the K as Brian Hart swings through that pitch low and away, and he's down 1-2.
Yeah, got to be impressive in a guy that's making his first career start for the Gulls that had made 2 appearances out of the bullpen, but nothing quite this impressive.
The 1-2. Hart holds up on that pitch up and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Moore takes the sign and delivers. Hart lines that one into right field, gets down for a base hit. It's fielded by Cochran, and he flips it in. But the Blue Sox have runners on first and second behind back-to-back singles by Luke Franzoni and Brian Hart. And they're threatening with Paul Franzoni climbing into the box.
Yeah, I'm really impressed by what I've seen from Hart this season. Of course, he earns that Week 1 NECBL Player of the Week honors, and we saw the power here on Monday with an absolute shot for a home run. That came in the 7th inning on Monday, and they're just a really good piece of hitting, not trying to do too much. You bring the next guy up, and with no outs, this is a huge opportunity.
And Paul Franzoni with a base hit could have his first RBI of his New England College Baseball League season. Takes a breaking ball for strike 1. Paul, of course, the older brother of Luke, who stands on second base. And that one is fouled off and way out of play.
You know, it's very interesting because last game it was also a very slow start. And it's in the 3rd inning when things started to pick up with 6 total hits, where he had 5 for Newport and 1 for Valley on Monday. So I think for the rest of the game it's going to turn sort of like Monday as well. It's following its path.
Moore in a jam after mowing through the Valley lineup the past 2 innings. That one just barely misses for a ball. 2-1.
It's remarkable how baseball works, right? The last 10 batters have either gotten a single or struck out. You have 6 strikeouts and 4 singles for Valley.
The pitch. That one fouled on a line right back, and thank God there's a gate in front of us, or we would have...
Be toast.
Yeah.
Actually, my MacBook Pro will probably be toast.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny you say that, Zach. I think they're not heading out in the field because we have an entourage of Seagulls starting to show up. I think they're intimidated.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Paul Franzoni. And he swings on that one up, and it's the 7th strikeout of the night for Moore.
I mean, this is just impressive stuff. The trend continues right now. 11 batters, the last 11 batters have either gotten a single or struck out. And for Grayson Moore, punch out number 7. The last 7 outs that he's gotten, Devin, all via the K. And you got to be impressed with what you've seen from the Vanderbilt kid. Still work to do here with runners on first and second and just 1 down.
Absolutely, Zach. And something you mentioned during one of our breaks is through 5 innings pitched, he only had 4 strikeouts up until this point, where he's got 7 through his first 3 1/3, which is pretty impressive.
And 7 all coming in the last 2 1/3, which is really the crazy part.
And kids, this is why you eat your Wheaties in the morning right there. Great reason why.
No balls and a strike to Garrett Schultz, the sophomore from Xavier, one of 4 Musketeers on this Valley team. And that pitch, fastball, is just up. Count is evened up at 1. Garrett Schultz has one of the 4 Valley Blue Sox singles back in the 2nd inning. Unfortunately, they were unable to move him over from first. The pitch. And that one he lifts into right field. Giving chase is Cochran off the wall. And around third, scoring easily, Luke Franzoni. Held up at third is Brian Hart. And a double opens the scoring for the Valley Blue Sox, 1-0.
Yeah, got all of that baseball, did Schultz, out into really one of the deeper parts of this park, and give credit where credit's due. Got a lot of the baseball, and Cochran really just too much ground to cover. He gave a chase to it, but didn't really have enough time to get over there. And now 3 base hits, and although strikeout ball's been working and getting hits.
And broken bat by Christian Tejada is able to bring home Hart on the slow roller to first base. And although it's a sacrifice, it will be a run, and Valley jumps out to a 2-0 lead here in the top of the 4th.
Yeah, and I think the Blue Sox will certainly take that, the way this game has gone so far, where runs have been a little hard to come by in the early going, and you move over a runner, kind of an RBI ground-out situation that you take, and just situational hitting has really been fantastic for Valley in this inning.
And that first pitch misses for ball 1. Mason LaPlante struck out, one of the 7 strikeout victims on the night for Moore. The pitch. And LaPlante lifts that one into left field. It will fall for a base hit. Almost crossed up the left fielder Jordan Rogers, but he's able to recollect and prevent LaPlante from going any further. But nevertheless, Valley with 4 hits in the inning, and they lead 3-0 over the Newport Gulls.
Yeah, this is someone who is 5 for his last 6. He struck out in the 2nd inning Monday. He struck out in the 2nd inning tonight. Other than that, what this guy has done at the plate, he has been unstoppable. 4 singles and a 2-run shot in between that.
And that flips over the lineup card for the 2nd time tonight. There goes LaPlante trying to take second base. That one skips into center field. So Mason LaPlante, who had 2 stolen bases back on Monday, gets one here. And something Cal, my counterpart commentator with the Valley Blue Sox, and I often joke about is the announcer's jinx. We, of course, talk about how scoreless baseball through 3 innings after 22 runs, and just like that, Valley comes and puts up a crooked number in the away half of the 4th inning. The pitch. Breaking ball up high to Brendan Hewitt. Count is now evened up at 1.
You know, baseball has a lot of unwritten rules, and I think that's something that I've kind of picked up on this summer, is just to mention how fast the game is going, or the fact that you got all these zeros on the board.
And Hewitt gets jammed up there. It's a ground ball to Spencer Smith. A great pick play made by Cal Perillo. And finally, no more damage done. The Gulls
are able to record the third out of the inning, but nevertheless, Valley 3 runs on 4 hits, and the ball will come back to John McCauley. We'll be right back here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
The Newport Gulls Broadcast Network features 7 high-definition cameras, graphics, instant replay, and extended pregame and postgame coverage. Watch the Gulls all season long every Friday night on Your View New England. Be sure to follow the Gulls all season long on our social media accounts at Newport Gulls on Twitter and Instagram, and Facebook.com/Newport Gulls, and subscribe on YouTube.com/Newport Gulls for the latest video highlights and exclusive interviews. The New England League is the most competitive brand of amateur wooden bat summer baseball in the country. With 14 teams located in all 6 New England states and over 150 Major League Baseball alumni, the league entertains our region for 2 months every summer. Student athletes from all over the country descend upon the region's most scenic communities to offer summer baseball at its finest. Now celebrating over a quarter of a century of excellence, the New England League continues to transcend communities and give the best student athletes from across the country a chance at their dream. For current team information, rosters, and schedules, visit NECBL.com.
And we're back for the Newport half of the 4th inning. John McCauley, after escaping a bases-loaded situation with 1 out, gets back out to the hill, and first batter is Peter Ceruto. He grounds one in between third and short for a base hit on the first pitch.
Yeah, make it 5 for 8 for Peter Ceruto against the Valley Blue Sox this year. Hits in all 3 games that he's played in, and he does it again. And if you're Newport, you're trying to get right back into the ball game. That's the way to start by getting your leadoff guy on base.
And CJ Pitaro will climb in for the Gulls, trying to answer the Valley Blue Sox big inning that they had. Of course, as we posed it in the pregame, winner of this will be the first to 10 wins in the New England College Baseball League. So a lot at stake here. Valley, of course, second in the standings, Newport being number 1. They trail by a game. And McCauley tries another pickoff attempt, but back in standing is Ceruto. Gulls 9-3, Valley 9-5. So however you want to call it, 2 half games or 1 game total. Regardless, Valley trying to pick up this win here would be crucial, as they've dropped 3 to the Gulls already. And that one, a ground ball in between first and second. Back-to-back hits for the Newport Gulls.
Great piece of hitting by CJ Pitaro. It's one he's done all year. Just gets a good bat on the baseball. Doesn't have a ton of power, but doesn't need to. You just move. You move a runner. You go station to station here, and this is a Gulls lineup. I'll say it again. It's got the best batting average in the Southern Division for a reason, and it's because when you get to this bottom part of the lineup, there's still really no batters that you can take off as a pitcher.
And in climbs in the Michigan Wolverine, Jordan Rogers, out of the 8th spot, looking to add to the production here, as that one just barely misses on the outside part of the plate, ball 1.
You know, and this is a very methodical baseball team for the Gulls. Like Jordan Rogers the other night, 1 for 3, but was still able to score a run and bring in 2 RBIs. So interesting position right here. Very methodical. Both teams are actually very methodical.
That one fouled off just above our heads off the netting, and count evened up. Rogers hit .276 this season for the Wolverines. In 24 games he appeared in 30, 24 games he started. Had an on-base percentage of .358. And the pitch, he swings through a fastball up high, and count now 1-2.
Yeah, and of course part of that Michigan team that played into the NCAA tournament went to South Bend to the Notre Dame Regional, and one of two Michigan Wolverines on this team alongside Logan Wood, pitcher.
And the 1-2. Breaking ball, can't drop in. Franzoni tried to frame it, but McCauley will go back to do work on a 2-2 count. This will be the 60th pitch for John McCauley, and it misses outside. 3-2.
John McCauley, who's ran into trouble in the last inning, has more brewing here with 2 on and nobody out, and a full count pitch to Rogers. Rogers fouls that one high and up into the deck. Wow, I didn't notice that. Is that a restaurant or?
It's part of the. We do have the Mudville Pub over there, and I'll tell you what, that I would say a very cool place to watch a baseball game.
That is Cardine's Field version of Boxies, I would have to say.
That looks, I bet you that view is incredible.
Oh, I bet so too.
Looks
Maybe not with a baseball coming at you at like 90 miles per hour, but
If you got a glove.
or a beer cup.
Another payoff pitch, swung on and missed. A high breaking ball punches out Jordan Rogers, and a big first out for John McCauley.
Yeah, that was nasty from McCauley. I mean, after Rogers able to make good contact, just couldn't slow himself down. It looked like he was sitting fastball. And credit for Rogers, someone that I think has a lot of power. And we've yet to see that first home run. I think we will see it soon. But just a fantastic pitch to trust yourself on a 3-2 to get Rogers to chase. That's a major first down.
Also playing with fire, though, Zach, throwing a high breaking ball. Those pitches sometimes can get clobbered and never land. And that breaking ball misses low and in for a ball. Spencer Smith, the shortstop, was able to make a great play to end the last inning and diffuse the Valley offense. The 1-0. Fastball inside. Franzoni sliding over. Was able to catch it. But quickly up 2-0 is Spencer Smith.
Yeah, head 2-0, and not a guy you want to miss your spot to. I mean, this is a guy that came just a couple feet away from hitting a home run out of here an inning ago, and as Newport's biggest hit, boy, this would be a time for, what a time this would be for an even bigger one.
Wellesley, Mass native, attends Northeastern University, and now he's up 3-0 on John McCauley. Got to be very careful here. Wouldn't be surprised if he gets a green light after seeing him hit that deep double off the wall.
Couple of homers in this park as well.
The pitch. That one right down the middle for a strike. Beautiful night here in Newport, Rhode Island. Hovering in the mid-60s. Of course, we get that breeze off the nearby water. John McCauley checks on his runners, and the breaking ball is up high. Ball 4. So the bases are loaded for Kenny Oyama.
Yeah, he tried going back to the breaking ball, and I think that time he did try throwing it for a strike. Barely misses his spot, and credit Smith on a 3-1. An opportunity where you think a guy might be getting a green light. Just a fantastic guy, a big league guy, and it gives your team a fantastic opportunity. This is a team that had the bases loaded just an inning ago, and now a huge opportunity with the top of the order.
Kenny Oyama 0 for 2 on the night.
You know, Oyama the other night did not get one hit, but hey, he'd make it up right here and get in an RBI. Be very interesting if he does.
Oyama had a tough out his last at-bat, lined out to the center fielder in Brendan Hewitt. Looked as if it was going to fall in for an RBI single, but Hewitt was able to get under it. The pitch. That one lined up the middle, past the dive of Mason LaPlante. One goal in, and here comes a second. And just like that, we have a 3-2 ball game off the bat of Kenny Oyama with his 3rd hit of the season.
Oh, what a time for your first hit at Cardines Field, right? Kenny Oyama, the man in the leadoff spot, comes through in the clutch. It's what this Gulls team has done so well all year, why they've had, the start that they've had to the season at 9-3, and yeah, just a great piece of hitting at the absolute perfect time, and a rally that might not be quite over yet.
Spencer Smith stands on second, Kenny Oyama at first, and that brings up Dawson Brigman, the designated hitter, hitting .281 on the season. He has walked and flown out to right field thus far. The pitch. Breaking ball way outside. Stopped by Franzoni, 1-0. Big hit for Kenny Oyama. 2 for 16 before that last at bat. And a much needed one, especially when you look at the heart of the order coming up. The pitch. And that one lifted to right field. Under it is Tejada, but I believe it fell in fair. And here comes the play to the plate. Not in time. Spencer Smith scores standing up, and we have a tie ball game.
Yeah, what a piece of hitting from Brigman. He just dropped it in there, and the dangerous thing if you're a right fielder here at Cardines Field, as you can see, is the warehouse out in right field. I don't know if that caused Tejada to maybe put on the brakes a little bit, but whatever the case is, just placed in a perfect spot by Dawson Brigman, and more clutch hitting for the Gulls. And we had 3 zeros from each side to start this game, and now a pair of threes here just an inning later.
And forgive me for a bit of a lousy call there, but we have a bit of the blind spot with the warehouse there. I wasn't sure if the ball was fair or foul. Looked like Tejada, before I lost him behind the warehouse, looked like he was under it.
It's certainly hard to tell. And,
Nevertheless, a single and a tie ball game.
Yeah, and if you're McCauley, it really only gets more difficult from here. You've got Sam Cochran at the plate, who's reached base twice, and then Justin Guerrera right behind him. So, I mean, you'd think ground ball might be his best friend right now to try to get out of this, because if you're Newport, you've got an opportunity. You've scored 3 runs. You've got an opportunity for a lot more than that.
7th hitter of the inning. Air with 1 down in the bottom of the 4th. This game is tied. Whole new ball game. Just as Valley seemed to gain some momentum, the Gulls here at Cardines Field take it right back. And now Sam Cochran, the right fielder. 15 runs on the season for him. He'll climb in, trying to keep this madness going. And there goes Oyama. Franzoni had trouble getting out of his glove, and Oyama in with a head-first slide.
Yeah, he got a sensational jump off that pitch from McCauley, and I mean, that takes some guts, trying to go second to third. And he mentioned it, the bobble from the catcher, Franzoni, had something to do with it, and nearly disaster for Thomas at third base. He did a nice job of picking that baseball, because I guarantee you Oyama's coming around to score if that gets by him and goes into left.
It was nice to see Oyama's hair for once. He has a nice head of hair, and you never get to see it because of the hats and the helmet. Yeah. So it was nice to see that right there.
That's actually what I told him before our interview today.
Really?
He's got some nice lettuce going on for sure.
I wish I had that.
Wow, an interesting play there. That one's fouled off. It was almost like the opposite of a delayed steal. It was like a premature steal. Not sure if Brigman was trying to maybe get McCauley to step off, and then we were going to see one of those classic run back and check on the runner, and how those pickles work.
Well, if he just turns over, he might have had Brigman stuck in between, but I mean, this is a Gulls team that's being really aggressive on the base paths.
And the thing with that is you got a runner on third and Oyama who's very quick, and you got to be careful chasing Brigman back to the bag, as there he goes. As that one's lined to the shortstop, LaPlante. And unfortunately, the fact that Brigman was stealing makes him an easy double up. But nevertheless, Newport strikes for 3 behind Kenny Oyama and Dawson Brigman. We send it over to the 5th inning here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8. Purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule. The 2021 New England League All-Star Game will be hosted by the Newport Gulls at historic Cardines Field on Sunday, July 18th. Join the NECBL's best as they take to the diamond in front of scouts from every MLB organization at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Visit asg21.necbl.com for more information. You, our loyal fans, will be selecting 2 players to this year's All-Star Game. Beginning on Monday, July 12th, fans will be able to vote for the final All-Star for each of the North and South Division teams. The player from each division with the most votes will be named to the NECBL All-Star Team and suit up with the rest of the All-Stars on Sunday, July 18th in Newport. Fan voting will take place online at vote21.necbl.com beginning on Monday, July 12th.
NCTV 18, Newport County, the World Wide Web.
and on DVD. This is Newport Gulls Baseball on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Two, 3, 4. Holt, Thomas, Luke Franzoni due up for the Valley Blue Sox, looking to respond. It's now their move after a strong fourth inning of action we saw from both ball clubs. Pitching change for the Newport Gulls. Chris Aldrich comes in. This is his second appearance of the season. He's thrown 1 inning in his first relief outing, gave up 2 runs on 3 hits. So, of course, that was not kind to his ERA, which hovers at 18, and he had 1 strikeout to go along with that, Zach.
Yeah, it was in that crazy 10-9 game against the Danbury Westerners where Newport had 17 hits but just fell 10-9. Back and forth stuff all night long, and unfortunately for Aldrich was just placed in that game where we had 19 runs that day. We had 22 on Monday. And the way this game is going, I feel like we'd almost be remiss to try to predict what's going to happen with 3 scoreless frames and then both teams hitting 3 runs in the 4th alone.
So hoping to have a bounce-back performance in his second appearance of the season as he delivers a fastball right down the middle to strike 1 for Travis Holt, who's 0 for 2. And the second pitch. Holt chops that one to the shortstop, and it's bobbled. Unable to make the play that time was Spencer Smith.
Yeah, it'll go down as an error for the Northeastern Husky. It was going to be a tough play regardless. He came in and was kind of already thinking about the throw, and Devin, I think that caused him to maybe pick his glove up a little bit before the ball really got into the mitt.
And especially with Travis Holt, who has some serious speed, you're trying to rush the play in order to make it close. And it just skips under his glove. And now Nathan Thomas, trying to give Valley the lead once again, climbs back in. He's also 0 for 2 on the night. First pitch, catches the inside corner. Thomas didn't like it, but he's down 0-1. Thomas struck out in his last at-bat, and before that, flew out to right field. And Sam Cochran, the pitch. That one very similar to the last pitch, but this time a ball called. Count evened up at 1. Beautiful atmosphere here at historic Cardines Field. A lot of fans in attendance, which is really great to see. As that fastball misses just a few inches inside. 2-1. Luke Franzoni stands on deck. He started the big 4th inning for the Blue Sox with a single. Breaking ball misses up high, and count is now 3-1. Nathan Thomas hitting .273 coming into today. Has 4 home runs for the Blue Sox as he takes ball 4, fastball up high. And once again, first and second, nobody out for the Valley Blue Sox. Sound familiar?
I think both of these teams, by the looks of it, are going to get a lot of opportunities before the night is over. And yeah, Credit Valley haven't recorded a hit in this inning, but just like an inning ago, they have another opportunity to take the lead right back.
And in climbs Luke Franzoni. Had a quick chat with him pregame. Very excited to be in the cleanup spot. Hopefully he can continue to do damage here. He's singled and scored, but that breaking ball falls in for strike 1. Seemed a bit outside, but Luke Franzoni not a very composed guy. And the second pitch. That strike on the outside part of the plate once again, living away to the Xavier product. Holt at second, Thomas at first. Nobody away here in the top of the 5th. The pitch. Breaking ball way outside. And count evened up at 2.
Yeah, and with Aldrich now in the game for Newport, we can close the line on Moore, who went 4 innings, 3 runs that were all earned to go with the 7 hits, and 7 strikeouts that all came in the latter 3 frames.
Here comes the 2-2 from Chris Aldrich. Swung on and missed. Breaking ball away. Luke Franzoni goes down swinging.
Yeah, beautiful breaker from Aldrich, and in a way picking up a little bit where we saw more left off when he had those 3 punch outs, rather 7 in those last 3 innings, and that's a big way to bounce back now. I mean, you go from no outs to potentially a ground ball getting you out of the center.
And in climbs Brian Hart. Big leadoff second by Travis Holt. And Ceruto thought about a snap throw as Holt ran back and dove into the bag. So Ceruto definitely sold the pump fake well. And count is 1-0 to Brian Hart. New York native and also attended college at Marist in New York. The 1-0. Hart fouls that one back off the netting. 1-1.
You know, this has probably got to be the best pitching I've seen from the Gulls this year. The Gulls averaging 5.07 errors per game, but Grayson Moore absolutely lighting it up. It's interesting to see what Aldridge will do here tonight if he can continue that.
And that pitch up and away for a ball. 2-1. Brian Hart leads the Valley Blue Sox in home runs with 5. As we said, week 1 player of the week in the NECBL. And that one just misses. Aldrich not happy with the no call, but falling behind now 3-1 to Brian Hart. The pitch. Runs up and in, and another walk issued. The second this inning by Chris Aldrich, and the bases are loaded for Paul Franzoni.
Yeah, again, I mean, credit this Valley team. They get 4 hits an inning ago to do their damage. This inning, they haven't needed a hit to put themselves in a really good position to take the lead right back. They get the error from Smith to start the inning. And like you said, 2 walks, 1 to Thomas, and now 1 to Hart. And you have a big opportunity to score in a game where we might see a lot of runs.
Paul Franzoni still searching for that first RBI. He's got the bases loaded here with 1 down. Breaking ball drops right in there for strike 1. Franzoni has singled and struck out swinging.
You know, this sort of reminds me of the other night when Wood had to come in for Kingsbury. Bases loaded, very difficult situation, and now with...
That pitch just misses and count evened up.
Now with Aldridge coming in for more, you got to wonder if it's the same type of pressure after the other night that Wood had to felt.
One ball, 1 strike to the Valley catcher. The pitch. Another good breaking ball, just misses. Look good from up here in the seats, but nevertheless, 2-1. Paul Franzoni trying to give Valley the lead once again as he chops that one on a check swing. And it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And we touched on it before. Hart was able to earn that walk in the last plate appearance, but a double play really could be the best friend of Newport here for a second straight inning when Valley has the bases loaded, but to try to get out of this jam unscathed.
And 2-2 up high, full count. Biggest pitch of the inning for Aldrich coming up. Paul Franzoni, 1 of 3 catchers for the Valley Blue Sox. The other 2, of course, being Cole Andrews, who's had himself an unbelievable season thus far, and Jake Balderston, who is, as Franzoni fouls that one off, Jake Balderston, among the active Blue Sox, has the highest average on the ball club. Kyle Hawes, who unfortunately left last week, was the highest average, but no longer with us. Therefore, Jake Balderston has the title. He's made 1 start this season, and he was 2 for 3 in that one. And Franzoni takes ball 4, and walking home a run is Aldrich. Great at bat from Paul Franzoni, and Blue Sox back in front.
Yeah, without a hit this entire inning, but I've been very impressed by the plate discipline that I've seen in a payoff pitch. With the bases loaded and 1 out, to be able to hold up and put your team back in front is very impressive. And Yeah, I mean, it keeps the opportunity rolling that you have in this inning if you're the Blue Sox.
You know, Aldridge last year, as part of the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders in Wisconsin, he averaged 10 bases on ball / walks, and it's very interesting right here to see him in this type of position with the bases loaded.
Schultz takes strike one. The only Blue Sox with 2 hits thus far. He's 2 for 2 on the night, and also has a run. Bases loaded here for him, and the pitch. Bounced in front of the plate, and 1-1. Schultz with 4 RBI on the season. Of course, not to jump the gun, but could double that with 1 swing of the bat here. The pitch. Slider just outside, swung on and missed. And now 1-2 to the Xavier Musketeer. Highest average among the Valley starters. The pitch. Fastball low and away, just misses the outside corner. 2-2. Schultz in left field today. The pitch. That one taken just up high. Aldrich has walked 3 men, but there's been a lot of close pitches. And nevertheless, count is worked full again. Chris Aldrich in trouble, in danger of walking his 4th batter of the inning. The pitch. That one is chopped just foul down the third base line. And we'll redo it again at 3-2. Christian Tejada in the on-deck circle. He is 0 for 2 on the day, but also has an RBI. Garrett Schultz. The pitch. That one is laced just under the diving Spencer Smith. In comes 1 run, a 2nd run coming to the plate. Ball skips by, allowing Schultz to advance to 2nd and over to 3rd. Paul Franzoni, Blue Sox on Garrett Schultz's 3rd hit of the evening. Get their lead extended to 3 once again.
Yeah, timely hitting coming in the absolute clutch if you're Garrett Schultz, who's had a sensational day today with a double and now a huge 2 RBI single. And Rogers came up throwing to the plate, and he certainly admired the effort. That would have been a very close play. Unfortunately, the high chop that it took, Cerruto just couldn't corral the baseball. And if he had that and was able to make a tag, I think you get a very close play, potentially an out if you're the Gulls. But what it did was it allowed Valley to move, Valley's runners to move up an extra base. And now if you're Newport, you got to bring the infield in a little bit.
Schultz just a .235 hitter this season for the Musketeers. But nevertheless, he's 3 for 3 on the day. Came in batting .316. He's having a standout summer for the Blue Sox. And now the Miami, Ohio Red Hawk Christian Tejada will be set to bat after the mound visit here with the Newport Gulls. We played 3 innings in 50 minutes. And since then, we've played 4.5, not even 4.5, 4 1/3 through an hour and a half. So that's saying something about the way this game's going.
It's baseball.
Yes. Well said. Valley back out to a 3-run lead.
They push across 3 runs, and they've had 1 hit this inning. 2 balls in play, 1 hit. It's been a different approach, but certainly something that's worked. And if you can get the hits when you really need them in a timely manner, it'll pay dividends for you.
You know, that's the reason right there why they have been deemed the rally Blue Sox, according to myself at least, because they are never out of the fight. They always find a way to make it competitive and be right back into there.
That brought some good karma to the booth for Valley. When we brought up Valley Blue Sox on Monday, it was LaPlante that was at the plate, and he hits a 2-run shot right on cue.
And he awaits in the on-deck circle. Christian Tejada, the hitter now, swings through that breaking ball for strike 1.
Yeah, and got to look here on our monitor on the NECBL Broadcast Network of Newport's bullpen, of course, with Aldrich in his first inning. It's Ethan Hoopengarner, the arm warming up for the Gulls down in their pen.
Second pitch is a beautiful breaking ball that's called a strike. Zach, I feel a little bad. You got no runs, and here we are. I've had 9, and we're only through an inning and a third that I've been doing play-by-play.
That's how it goes sometimes.
And Tejada slaps that one foul down the third baseline, out of play.
Either a fan got a ball or a car's going to have to make a dodging effort right there.
2 strikes on Tejada. The pitch. He lifts that one into right field, similar to where he got caught up earlier in the game, but I once again lose it, and it will be a foul ball.
Yeah, off the house, the warehouse this time. The other one was close to the house, but of course, as you can see here, the line goes all the way. There's no real estate between where the warehouse is and where the line is, so it can be very hard to tell, but Newport might have caught a little bit of a break there.
Nevertheless, 0-2 once again. And Tejada grounds that one over the second baseman, Guerrera. That will score a run, and Valley out to their biggest lead of the ball game at 7-3.
Yeah, and if you're Garrett Schultz, the man that advanced to third base, you might have just bought the Blue Sox a run, because with his advancement to second base, that eliminated the double play. That might have been a double play ball for Newport. Instead, it's an RBI ground out, and like you said, a huge inning, their biggest lead of the day, and it might just be the day for Aldrich.
Christian Tejada's second RBI ground out in 2 innings. And we have a pitching change called to the bullpen. Zach, you got a number, or
yeah, we got
to be determined?
As we said, Ethan Hoopengarner will be the new pitcher for the Gulls, number 29 out of USC, and had a strong 2020 year with the Trojans, and he comes into Newport this season in his 4th appearance.
Thrown 6 innings, and given up 5 hits, and 4 runs to go along with that for a 4.5 ERA. Trying to stop the bleeding here in the top half of the 5th.
Yeah, he last pitched on June the 20th in that great win for the Gulls, and he helped get Newport to the finish line. 2 innings out of the bullpen of shutout baseball when he gave up 2 walks, no hits over those 2 innings, and 2 strikeouts to show for it. And 6 innings pitched on the season. He's given up 3 runs, just 3 over that time. And right now, he's just looking to stop the bleeding. He got another potential run 90 feet away, and because of the Valley base running, and I are just looking for one more out, because this is a Newport offense that can claw their way back, but you certainly don't want to dig a bigger hole to dig yourself out of.
What? Ethan Hoopengarner.
Hoopengarner. That's a mouthful.
He's from the University of Louisville. That's in Kentucky.
So the Louisville Cardinals will try to. Oh, look, we got a shot of the Seagulls here on the monitor. That's pretty cool.
This call to the bullpen is brought to you by PB Collective.
7-3 here at Cardines Field. And all 10 of those runs coming in the last inning and a third.
Yeah, it's been a wild. This game has kind of been turned on its head with the way it started. We had 3 shutout innings apiece, and Grayson Moore had really settled in, and now both of these teams settled in, maybe a little broad way of putting it. They had their opportunities. Now both teams are finally cashing in, and Valley has gotten a couple of huge hits here these last 2 innings with guys in scoring position.
And Mason LaPlante takes ball 1 in the dirt from Hoopengarner. Two down here in the top of the 5th. The pitch. Fastball catches the outside part of the plate for a strike. LaPlante's 3rd at bat of the game. Last time he singled and stole a base. Swings through that one, strike 2. Devin Dobeck alongside Zach Letson. Thank you for joining us here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. As that one runs up high and backs LaPlante off the plate. Count evened up at 2.
In Southern California this year, Hoopman Gardner allowed, or average, I should say, my apologies, 9 walks per start. So that's going to be a very interesting factor within this game.
And LaPlante holds off that one. Count works full.
Yeah, probably his most impressive stretch for the Trojans came in 2020, albeit a short year. He made 9 appearances and a .71 ERA. Became a freshman All-American.
And LaPlante lifts that one into center field. Under it is Oyama, and he records it. The inning ends, but not before the Blue Sox strike for 4 runs. And once again are back out in front. Home half of the 5th, Gulls' turn to respond here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Loyal fans will be selecting 2 players to this year's All-Star Game. Beginning on Monday, July 12th, fans will be able to vote for the final All-Star for each of the North and South Division teams. The player from each division with the most votes will be named to the NECBL All-Star Team and suit up with the rest of the All-Stars on Sunday, July 18th in Newport. Fan voting will take place online at vote21.necbl.com beginning on Monday, July 12th. Zephyr is the official on-field cap of the NECBL. Also known as the Z-Hats, Zephyr is the authentic college hat with a loyal following of those who only wear the Z. Zephyr makes hats for over 800 colleges and channels that same energy and creativity into building custom hats of all types for pro sports teams, clothing brands, and companies everywhere. Make sure you pick up your Newport Gulls official on-field cap today.
Fans, you, our loyal fans, will be selecting 2 players to this year's All-Star Game. Beginning on Monday, July 12th, fans will be able to vote for the final All-Star for each of the North and South Division teams. The player from each division with the most votes will be named to the NECBL All-Star Team and suit up with the rest of the All-Stars on Sunday, July 18th in Newport. Fan voting will take place online at vote21.necbl.com beginning on Monday, July 12th.
Back for the home half of the 5th. 4, 5, 6 due up for the Gulls, but a pitching change. And it's a 2-way player, Johnny Kelly, back into it. He played first base on Monday night, went 1 for 5 and scored a run. Sophomore out of Xavier. Zach, tell us a little more about John Kelly.
Yeah, it's funny how things work with, of course, Grayson Moore got the start for Newport. We have seen him a lot in the left field, so you have a 2-way player starting for the Gulls tonight, and now a 2-way player coming out of the pen for Valley, and you kind of touched on it. He's been outstanding for Valley this season. 4 games, 4 1/3 innings, 2 hits, 7 punch-outs with no earned runs. Very impressive, and that's what he's going to be looking to do, because this is a very dangerous part of the order for Newport that's looking to respond immediately here.
Justin Guerrera, Cal Perillo, and Peter Ceruto due up for the Newport Gulls. Guerrera has singled and stolen a base and also reached on a fielder's choice. So 1 for 2 on the day. He climbs in for his 3rd plate appearance here in the 5th inning.
Number 6, Justin Guerrero from Watertown.
Batting .350 coming into tonight. And he'll be the first to face John Kelly with that big leg kick. Just misses with the fastball. Ball 1.
Yeah, he was a Week 3 honor roll recipient. Came, I would think, pretty close to winning the award if it wasn't for Cameron Masterman of Danbury, who had 10 RBIs in a single game. But you'd have to think Guerrera came pretty close, hitting .470 in the 5 games a week ago. 3 doubles, 2 homers, and 7 RBIs. Pretty unheard of stuff for a guy that was a late arrival for Newport and has been the best hitter since getting here.
And that one swung on and missed. 1-1. John Kelly has made 2 starts in the last 2 games
in the field, that is, and now he's in relief. That breaking ball just misses on the outside part of the plate. 2-1.
Rare appearance for Justin Guerrero not to have any runners on base, because that is what he's used to and that is what he likes.
Of course, the cleanup hitter for the Newport Gulls. This fastball right over the middle half of the plate, and count evened up at 2. Gulls have only punched out twice tonight. As that one off the end of the bat from Justin Guerrero, and it's 2-2 once again. Guerrero, senior at Fairfield. And the pitch. That one, I actually flinched.
Same here. I just blinked, though. I was like, oh.
Fouled right at us.
Couldn't be more right at us. And if that's a pitch that's trying to hit us, I think that's a strike.
2-2 again from Kelly. That one foul tipped into the catcher Franzoni's mitt. Blue Sox toss it around, and there's one gone here in the 5th.
Yeah, it's his 8th strikeout in just 4 2/3 this year with Valley. Impressive stump, and so to get Newport's most dangerous hitter here to start off this inning in his outing, impressive to say the least.
Cal Perillo, who has the highest average in the Newport starting lineup, climbs in 0 for 2 on the day and takes strike 1 there. He popped out to the second baseman Holt and grounded out to the shortstop LaPlante. The pitch. That breaking ball caught on and fouled into the netting.
Something interesting also about Guerrero is he only had 2 hits in his last 8 appearances during these 2 games, so struggling as a bit.
No balls and 2 strikes to the Rhode Island College product. The pitch. Fouled once again, way up and out of Cardine's field.
That went far out of here. That may have even hit Lululemon. That's absolutely absurd how far that went.
No balls, 2 strikes. Kelly's got a lot of pitches to waste. But Perillo has spoiled a couple. And another 0-2 from Kelly. Fouled off once again.
As a fellow student at Rhode Island College, I have never seen Cal Perillo actually play, so it's nice to actually introduce myself to him here tonight, actually, for the first time, and I look forward to actually seeing him play at home more often.
That is pretty cool. Unfortunately, no UMass Minutemen starters for myself. And another 0-2. That one way up and away. 1-2. That one high 70s on that pitch. And Kelly fools him on a pitch outside. 2 batters up and 2 back to the dugout by way of the K swinging.
Yeah, you said it. It was really a nasty pitch. It got him way out in front of it on a breaker, and impressive stuff against 2 of the better hitters that we've seen in his Gulls lineup all year long to start off an outing.
And now Peter Cerruto. He had the hit that started the big 4th inning for the Gulls. He singled and scored 1 of the 3 runs, and takes ball 1 that time. And Kelly, the pitch. Fastball over the heart of the plate, 1-1. He doesn't waste too much time on the mound there. Gets his sign, and he's right away into his windup. The 1-1. Breaking ball. Almost had him bite that, but the bait didn't work that time, and it's 2-1. Cerruto, 324 coming into tonight with 4 hits, 11 runs, and 8 RBI. 11 hits, 4 runs, 8 RBI. Now 3-1 the count after he takes that pitch. The 3-1. Swung on and missed. Oh, maybe it was interesting. So we had a different call on the we had a different count on the monitor than what was on the scoreboard. And regardless, Kelly strikes out the side swinging. We head to the 6th inning here at Cardines Field. Blue Sox 7 and Gulls 3 here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Newport Gulls Broadcast Network features 7 high-definition cameras, graphics, instant replay, and extended pregame and postgame coverage. Watch the Gulls all season long every Friday night on YourView New England. Be sure to follow the Gulls all season long on our social media accounts at Newport Gulls on Twitter and Instagram, and Facebook.com/Newport Gulls, and subscribe on YouTube.com/Newport Gulls for the latest video highlights and exclusive interviews. The Newport Gulls Broadcast Network features 7 high-definition cameras, graphics, instant replay, and extended pregame and postgame coverage. Watch the Gulls all season long every Friday night on YourView New England. Be sure to follow the Gulls all season long on our social media accounts at Newport Gulls on Twitter and Instagram, and Facebook.com/Newport Gulls, and subscribe on YouTube.com/Newport Gulls for the latest video highlights and exclusive interviews. The New England League is the most competitive brand of amateur wooden bat summer baseball in the country. With 14 teams located in all 6 New England states and over 150 Major League Baseball alumni, the league entertains our region for 2 months every summer. Student athletes from all over the country descend upon the region's most scenic communities to offer summer baseball at its finest. Now celebrating over a quarter of a century of excellence, the New England League continues to transcend communities and give the best student athletes from across the country a chance at their dream. For current team information, rosters, and schedules, visit NECBL.com.
And the only batter that didn't bat in the 5th inning for the Blue Sox will lead off the top of the 6th. That's Brendan Hewitt. He's 1 for 3 on the day with a double. And he'll be the first to face Hoopin Garner this inning. That one he foul tips into the catcher's mitt, and he's down 0-1. And showing bunt, pulling it back is Hewitt on that fastball away. Count evened up at 1. Hewitt, as Zach mentioned earlier, hit .375 for the Hawks at St. Joseph's. As that pitch runs up and in, 2 balls and a strike to the leadoff man. First batter to bat 4 times in this one. And Hewitt fouls that one way up off the fence. And now once again, count evened up. It's 2-2.
Hewitt's most impressive year outside of college has to be in 2018 with Waterloo in the Northwoods League, going for over 300 that year.
That one bounced in the dirt, and count worked full once again. Seen a lot of full counts over the past couple innings. Blue Sox have done a great job getting Gulls pitch counts up. As that one low for ball 4, a leadoff walk for Brendan Hewitt. Speaking of Gulls, there's 4 in left center field.
You know, I'm going to say the same thing I said the other night. I think there's a violation of too many goals on the field at the moment. So I want to look into that.
Yeah, I got 13 at once. I don't know what the rules are on that, but yeah, I got some. It's camping out by Jordan Rodgers, trying to get a front row seat.
Travis Holt takes strike 1. Fastball right over the outside part of the plate. Holt 0 for 3. He reached on an error back in the 5th inning and scored, though, which proved to start a 4-run inning for the Blue Sox. Last pitch bounced in the dirt, 1-1. The pitch. Once again, bounced in the dirt,
but doing a great job behind the plate is Peter Ceruto. Going nowhere is Brendan Hewitt. 7-3 pickoff attempt. Nothing doing there. Cal Perillo had a little trouble handling it, but keeps it in front of him. The pitch. Holt right through that one. And 2-2. Big pitch coming up for Hoopengarner. Trying to avoid Valley getting off to another hot start to the inning. Holt lines that one down the third baseline. Around second, into third base standing is Hewitt, and into second on a jog is Travis Holt, his first hit of the night, and his first hit in his last 10 at-bats, for that matter, is a no-out double here in the 6th inning. Blue Sox threatening for more.
Yeah, you want to talk about someone who was definitely due here at Cardines Field. Had 16 hits in the young year before arriving here, and after a quiet night last night, able to pull it right past Pizarro, and Newport maybe catching a little bit of a break that went in near the bullpen area and that Rogers had to call for time. That keeps the runner at third base.
Nathan Thomas will climb in. He's had a slow night, 0 for 2 with a walk. Fouls that one up and out of play. Oh, and 1 to another St. Joseph's Hawk. Hit 248 this season for the Atlantic 10 Hawks. And that breaking ball, 67 miles per hour, a beautiful pitch off speed, fools Thomas, and he's now got 1 ball and 2 strikes to him. Thomas has got 2 runners in scoring position. He swings on that one in the dirt, and he's tagged out on a breaking ball. He goes down swinging for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, Hoopengarner just absolutely pulled the string on a pair of pitches there, and that's huge for Newport, who's going to keep the infield in here and try to maybe get a play here at the plate on a ball in the infield to try to keep this lead from getting any bigger for the Blue Sox.
And that brings up Luke Franzoni. His last at-bat, he struck out, but also has a hit and run on the night. Another breaking ball. Ceruto, trouble finding it, but swung on and missed for a strike. Hoopengarner doing a great job of fooling hitters with that breaking ball, as you put it, Zach, pulling the string on it. And a lot of these very well-known Valley hitters are being fooled by it. Check swing on that one. Did he go? I don't believe he went. 1 ball and 1 strike. Franzoni's 4th plate appearance. Breaking ball. Tough call that goes against him. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Great breaking ball that time from Hoopengarner. Trying to set down the second out of the inning with another strikeout. The pitch. Franzoni foul tips that one into Ceruto's mitt. And after 2 quick base runners, Valley has punched out twice.
That's huge for Hoopengarner. He gets Thomas on a sharp breaking ball. How about coming right back with the fastball on Franzoni? Had 2 of the really good hitters in this Valley lineup, the 3 and 4 guys, and now they're closer to getting out of a major jam.
Brian Hart climbs in. Fastball misses upstairs. Hart has scored 2 runs for the Blue Sox. He's the only Blue Sox to score 2 runs. He's singled and walked to go along with a strikeout. Fouls that one up off the third base side netting. Designated hitter tonight, not in left field. Of course, Garrett Schultz in left field. And Thomas plays third base tonight, which is usually where Travis Holt is. And that one gets by the catcher, Ceruto. Into score on a slide is Brendan Hewitt. And a wild pitch, or I think that one might be ruled a pass ball. It will be ruled a pass ball. Scores another run for Valley, and they've now scored in 3 consecutive innings, and they're out to a 5-run lead.
Yeah, right through the wickets there. And really have to credit Hewitt for some outstanding base running. Took off immediately when he saw that.
Can never miss a second when you're on the diamond, especially running the bases and able to capitalize and add to the Valley lead that time.
And I'll tell you what, there's not many other NECBL ballparks that you'll find with this little amount of real estate behind home plate to score that easily. Impressive.
Holt checks his swing on that. No, he did not, says the third base umpire. And we have a full count once again. Holt on third. Hart has a payoff pitch. Breaking ball fouled off. Back towards the Newport dugout. Sun setting here in Rhode Island. Nice pink hue over in right field and a nice yellow glow in left field. Hart swings through that one. And so 3 strikeouts in a row after 2 consecutive hits, but the pass ball allows Valley to add to their scoring. We head to the home half of the 6th. Newport trying to get back in the offensive column here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
The New England League is the most competitive brand of amateur wooden bat summer baseball in the country. With 14 teams located in all 6 New England states and over 150 Major League Baseball alumni, the league entertains our region for 2 months every summer. Student athletes from all over the country descend upon the region's most scenic communities to offer summer baseball at its finest. Now celebrating over a quarter of a century of excellence, the New England League continues to transcend communities and give the best student athletes from across the country a chance at their dream. For current team information, rosters, and schedules, visit NECBL.com. The New England League. Keep your eye on the dream. The 2021 New England League All-Star Game will be hosted by the Newport Gulls at historic Cardines Field on Sunday, July 18th. Join the NECBL's best as they take to the diamond in front of scouts from every MLB organization at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Visit asg21.necbl.com for more information.
We have a beautiful shot of the moon there, expressing how beautiful of a night here we have in Newport, Rhode Island. Temperatures trickling down into the low 60s. Devin Dobeck alongside David Blaze and, of course, Zach Letzen, the voice of the Newport Gulls. We are into the home half of the 6th inning. Valley with a 5-run lead, which is more than they've ever had against a strong Gulls team here in this 4th appearance. And not a knock at my man Cal Friedman, but this is the first time I've been on the call, and we're looking good here through about 2/3 of this ball game. Unfortunately, in Cal's 3 calls of Blue Sox Gulls, they've been unable to execute. So for those of you who are superstitious, there's something.
I don't know how you can be a baseball fan and not. This is the game of superstition.
Exactly, Zach.
On behalf of the Newport Gulls organization, I'm please ask you not to come next time when you are here
No, we
at
need Cal
Cardines
back.
Field.
1 ball, 1 strike. Johnny Kelly faced 4, 5, 6 and sent them all down swinging back in the 5th inning, and now he faces 7, 8, 9, trying to continue that success. That ball bounced in the dirt. 2-1. This song always makes me chuckle because the voice of the Mystic Schooners, John Leuzzi, made a statement on the air that this was from the 80s, and everyone in the booth erupted in laughter. Just as Zach is. Pretty funny comment from John. We'll never let him forget it, as that one's chopped to Travis Holt. He fields and fires to Franzoni, 1 down in the 6th.
I mean, Jennifer Lopez, the well-known artist from the 80s. Come on, Devin. I thought we knew this.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
She looks amazing after all these years, I gotta say.
David, I won't disagree with you. I won't agree or disagree with that statement. I'll plead the fifth. Back to baseball. Jordan Rogers will climb in. It's that one up and over Paul Franzoni. Ball one. Mystic Schooners, definitely a team that's beginning to get hot in the NECBL. Back up to 500 after a slow start to the year. And now 2-0 to Jordan Rogers. Hitting .250 coming into tonight. He's trying to avoid his third strikeout of the evening. 2 balls and a strike to the Wolverine. Kelly sets and delivers another rocket right up at us. I don't know what we did to these players, but they seem to try to be sending us up. Maybe it's because I'm here. Maybe you're right, David. But regardless, count even up at 2, and Kelly seeking his 4th strikeout of the night. He's got Rogers on the ropes. The pitch. Fastball just outside, and count worked full.
You know, I think this is a song actually from the 80s that is playing at the moment.
There you go. I doubt John Leuzzi's tuning in, but if he is, I know there's a grin from ear to ear on his face. Is that ball fouled way off? Wait, so was that car sound actual, or was that something they played?
It's part of the effects that we have here.
Because that was like a bang bang right as it was fouled. They had it going.
Now we have
so well done there.
A partnership with Newport Glass to play that effect and then say better call Newport Glass.
Yeah, I think it was methodical planning with Cardines being across from a fire station. Just what I think.
Jordan Rogers works a full count walk, and he's the first base runner for the Gulls here in the home half of the 6th.
Yeah, it's the first base runners Newport has had, amazingly, since Dawson Brigman had that bloop single back in the 4th inning, which feels like a while ago if you're the Gulls. But you got to start somewhere in terms of getting guys back on base, and now it's Smith who is all he's done tonight is get on base.
Spencer Smith, as Zach said, has been on 2 out of 2 times he's stepped up. He's walked and scored and also doubled. As he takes a fastball right over the heart of the plate, strike 1. Of course, Cardines Field, home of the NECBL All-Star Game in 2021. Beautiful venue to have it. And the 0-1. Runs inside, count evened up at 1.
Spencer Smith also has a career-high 39 hits this year at Northeastern University.
And someone who likes playing here. He played in the Newport Collegiate League that we had here last summer with no NECBL.
And thought about going but didn't is Rogers. Franzoni would have been ready for him. And is that one upstairs for ball 2. Spencer Smith, the Northeastern Husky. He did have that error that allowed Travis Holt to get on base, and he did eventually score in that 4-run 5th inning for the Blue Sox. Pickoff attempt. Checking on the runner, Rogers, who definitely has some speed, is unsuccessful. Kenny Oyama awaits on deck. And you got to be on your toes if you're in the on-deck circle. The foul ball, the way they've been coming, it's probably right above their heads, because it's right at us almost.
Yeah, and like we were saying before, there really isn't a lot of space, so not a lot of space. If there's a wild pitch, not a lot of space for an on-deck circle, and yeah, like you said, you got to keep your head a little bit on a swivel.
And 3-1. Fouled off. Count worked full once again. 8:36 p.m. Eastern Time here in Rhode Island. Beautiful and New England weather, of course. Johnny Kelly trying to get a big out here. Payoff pitch. And it's ball 4. Of course, Rogers was going, but the walk will negate the stolen base. And it's first and second for Kenny Oyama.
Yeah, for a second straight plate appearance, it's a great job by Spencer Smith, who he walked in the 4th, and that's all Newport's done this inning, a pair of base on balls, and why not, right, with the top of your order coming up, and you just needing to chip away into this deficit little by little. That definitely is a way to help.
Kenny Oyama 5'2", 140, but he swings a big bat in the leadoff spot for the Gulls. Had a big single last inning. He pops that one up to center field. Under it is Hewitt, and he records that one for the second out of the inning. And that brings up Dawson Brigman. He had a single in the 4th inning, but unfortunately was doubled up as he was going on the pitch, and Cochran lined out to the shortstop LaPlante, who was easily able to double up the DH. Two down here in the bottom of the 6th. And that one just catches the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Another one of those 50-50 pitches. Johnny Kelly taps his chest as if to indicate that he made a mistake there. So hopefully he can get back on the same page with the catcher, Paul Franzoni. The pitch. Breaking ball upstairs. Count is 1-1.
Brigman already has 1 RBI tonight and could make it 3 depending on how this at-bat goes.
One ball, 1 strike. The pitch. That one is popped up to right field. Tejada up against the building. It goes off the warehouse and back into the glove of Franzoni, who will flip it in, and that will likely become a souvenir.
Well, it wouldn't have taken a lot of foul territory for Tejada to have a chance on that, but you, as it works out, have no foul territory. Once you get past the warehouse, there's really is no space between where the line goes, and that gives Brigman another opportunity at the plate.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Brigman. On deck is Cochran, one of the hottest hitters in the NECBL. The pitch. Just misses. That's looked a lot like a pitch we saw earlier in this at bat, but this one goes Newport's way, which I guess evens it out and is perfect. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Brigman, the designated hitter. Kelly delivers that one downstairs, and believe it or not, we have another full count. Rogers at second and Smith at first. 2 away here in the 6th inning. Kelly steps off, and back to the bags are the runners. Kelly trying to avoid his 3rd walk of the inning, but he could also have his 4th strikeout of the game. Big pitch. That one grounded to LaPlante. Takes a weird hop off the grass. LaPlante collects himself, fires, and Blue Sox escape despite 2 walks. And the score remains 8-3. I'll send it back over to Zach Letson here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Sports is proud to be the official batting glove of the New England League. This summer, the NECBL and its 14 organizations join over 200 major leaguers by wearing custom Franklin batting gloves as members of the Franklin family. To design your own custom pair of batting gloves, Visit franklinsports.com and join the fam. Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8. Purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule. The 2021 New England League All-Star Game will be hosted by the Newport Gulls at historic Cardines Field on Sunday, July 18th. Join the NECBL's best as they take to the diamond in front of scouts from every MLB organization at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Visit asg21.necbl.com for
The catcher, number
8-3 Blue Sox over the Gulls as we head to the top of the 7th inning. Zach Letson alongside Devin Dovek and David Blaze, bringing you a second straight face-off between Valley and Newport, and the Blue Sox 3 innings away from their first victory over the Gulls this year. Valley comes into this one at 9-5, but 9-2 against teams not named the Newport Gulls. First pitch comes in and hits the helmet of the catcher, Franzoni. Oh boy.
82-mile-per-hour fastball off the helmet, and that's definitely going to need some attention.
And it looked like it got him right by where the ear protector was, and yeah, certainly may take some time for him to gather himself a little bit.
I think more than anything, he's probably just shaken up. I mean, it's one thing to have pain, but speaking from past experience, taking a pitch off the helmet more than anything just shocks you. And of course, probably a little dizzy, because God knows I wasn't hit by an 82-mile-per-hour fastball, but Franzoni, a tough guy. And of course, Hez Randolph being spoken to by the home plate umpire. Probably about what Franzoni's status is and if he's going to need to be replaced. Franzoni appears to be okay.
Impressive to see him hang in there.
And one thing you got to love is this Cardines Field crowd still chanting on Franzoni and just caring about his well-being. That's what matters at the end of the day, the well-being of these ball players, and no matter rivalries or not, you know, we're going to support them.
And also Peter Ceruto giving a fist bump to Franzoni, who laughs off the incident, and he appears to be okay.
So Franzoni stays in the game and takes first base. Another base runner here quickly for Valley, and brings up a man that's been on base all 3 times he's come to the plate. Garrett Schultz looks out a first pitch curveball away from the zone. What a day he has had. A single in the second, a double 2 innings later in the 4th, and another single in the 5th. Big 5th inning for the Blue Sox, where they scored 4.
Schultz kind of like the Ceruto in the Newport lineup, who's had a lot of success against the Valley Blue Sox. Tonight, Schultz 3 for 3.
Someone that wasn't even in the lineup on Monday against Newport. What an adjustment from head coach Hez Randolph as that pitch gets in for a strike.
Fun fact about Garrett Schultz, born exactly a week before yours truly. October 31st, 2000 he was born, and me November 7th, election day of 2000.
Looks out a fastball on the inside part of the plate. Ring him up, strike 3. So Hoopengarner bounces back, and after striking out the side in the 6th, gets another punch out, this time of Schultz, to retire the left fielder for the first time today. And there's one away in the 7th.
David, when did you say your birthday was?
November 7th.
I'm the 13th. So
There
we
you
got a heavy November birth month here at Cardines.
As scoring around a bunt is Christian Tejada, and he pulled it back on a ball. Tejada has not reached base today, but
A couple of big RBI groundouts as he looks at a strike. One coming in the 4th, one in the 5th.
And he's been doing his job, which is getting the runner from 3rd to home, of course, as Bill Belichick would have put it.
Hey. Swings and misses at a pitch upstairs there.
And Kristen Tejada, his birthday is November 23rd. So there you go, 10 days after yours.
There you go. I think that might be my cousin's birthday.
Well, happy birthday to your cousin.
As the 1-2 comes in and it's shot deep in the left field. Rogers camping underneath it and makes the catch on a ball tagged well from Tejada, but just a long out, and there's 2 gone. So now 2 away in the top of the 7th. And here's the dangerous Mason LaPlante, even in the 9th spot. Yes, I call him dangerous. He had 4 hits on Monday and another one today. Came in the 3rd.
Went to Allen High School in Texas. Biggest high school there.
As Stephen A. Smith would say, he's a bad man.
Yale Bulldog. He did not play this year, but want to know that, by the way, he's played against Newport Gulls. He drives this pitch deep into right field, but Cochran has a beat on it. Makes the catch, and the side is retired. So after allowing the leadoff runner to reach base on the hit by pitch, Hoopengardner gets 3 straight retired to retire the side. Time to stretch at Cardines Field. Blue Sox by 5. Gulls looking to answer here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
To the ball game, take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ever get back for it. Root for the Gulls team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 Good job, everybody. Oh, go to the head of the class.
Gulls fans, it's time to raffle off another Newport Gulls Summer Camp Scholarship. We're switching up our raffle tickets, so get out those yellow raffle tickets. And this inning's winning number is 373-526. That's 373-526. So if you have that ticket number, come on down to the front gate for your free Newport Gulls Summer Camp Scholarship.
Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8. Purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com.
Just had a beautiful rendition of Take Me Out to the Ball Game here at Cardines Field. Bottom of the 7th, that means it's Newport's turn, and 3, 4, and 5 guys coming to the plate for Newport. Begins with Sam Cochran. Newport trails by 5 with 3 more innings trying to make up that deficit. As Cochran had a first pitch inside. 0 for 1 today. But has had an impact in all 3 at-bats. Reached twice, hit by pitch, and a walk. And last time up, line into what turned into a double play, an inning-ending double play for Valley in the 4th inning. Sharp breaking ball out of the hand of Jonathan Kelly. Dots the inner part of the plate, and it's 1-1. Kelly has looked impressive in 2 innings full. with 3 strikeouts and no Newport hits on the board. There's another breaker, but it misses this time. It's 2-1 to Cochran. Looking for his first hit tonight and hitting in the 3 spot. 3 of them 2 nights ago on Monday. 2-1. Fastball driven back to the netting. It's 2-2. This is Newport's 13th game on the season. And Sam Cochran, the only Newport Gold, is saying, well, I played in all 13 of them to this point. For pretty good reason, too. Week 2 honor roll recipient. And 3:53 coming into tonight's game. 2-2 pitch. Driven by Cochran, but on a line, nice play by LaPlante to work his way over. And for a second straight at-bat for Cochran, a line out to the shortstop. There's one away in the 7th.
What can't this man do? He does it on the offensive end and in fielding. It's just absolutely amazing the talent that he is.
Part of that automatic middle infield between Holt and LaPlante. Holt bounces around between second and third a lot, so it's either a strong left side or a strong middle infield.
First pitch into Justin Guerrera. Out of the zone for ball number 1. Guerrera a single in the first, fielder's choice in the third, and most recently a strikeout swinging came in the 5th. Big cut and a miss there from the Newport second baseman. It was a 5th inning when able to strike out the side was Kelly. All 3 of his strikeouts, Guerrera, Perillo, and Cerruto in order. He's trying to hold up his swing on the 1-1, but he went around, and now the Fairfield Stag behind 1-2. 4 home runs and 13 RBIs for Guerrera. Those both lead the Newport Gulls.
And Guerrera already a strikeout victim to Kelly.
1-2. Able to hold off, and now it's 2-2. Has not allowed a Newport hit. Did give up walks to Rogers and Smith an inning ago, but got out of it. 2-2. Able to look at a fastball. Too far low and outside. Tried the frame, did Franzoni, but it just wasn't there, and the count's full.
Just great to see Franzoni still doing the catching after taking that pitch off the head.
As a big swing and a miss for strike number 3 for Guerrera. So Kelly with 2 quick outs here in the 7th.
4th punch out for Johnny Kelly, and that's just gas. Blew it right by him, and that's Cochran's 2nd strikeout against the righty for the Valley Blue Sox.
Well, a pinch hitter here for Newport. Cal Perillo out for the Gulls. Here's Bryce Hewlett, the Pittsburgh first baseman, who, of course, started on Monday for Newport. In the 5 spot, the spot that he comes in right now. And he went 1 for 4.
He's batting first.
With 2 runs scored, a double, and a walk. It's had a sharp breaker, and Kelly not missing his spots. He's had 0-2 quickly. Looking to polish off his 3rd inning. He's been sensational. No hits and no runs. No balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Just too far outside. A good eye from Hewlett to stay alive. Perillo finishes his day 0 for 3 for Newport in the 5 spot. Now Hewlett, the pinch hitter, looking to get something going for these Gulls. 1-2. Is just nubbed by Hewlett, and he stays alive. Hewlett out of Pittsburgh, Lake Wales, Florida. Started all 43 games this year with the Panthers, and this is his 9th game as a Newport Gull.
58th pitch coming up for Kelly.
1-2 on the inside part of the plate. Ring him up, strike 3. Jonathan Kelly continues to impress, and he sets down the side 1-2-3 with a pair of punch-outs to finish off the bottom of the 7th. We go to the 8th with Valley up 8-3 on the Gulls here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Our loyal fans will be selecting 2 players to this year's All-Star Game. Beginning on Monday, July 12th, fans will be able to vote for the final All-Star for each of the North and South Division teams. The player from each division with the most votes will be named to the NECBL All-Star Team and suit up with the rest of the All-Stars on Sunday, July 18th in Newport. Fan voting will take place online at vote21.necbl.com beginning on
The Newport Gulls broadcast network features 7 high-definition cameras, graphics, instant replay, and extended pregame and postgame coverage. Watch the Gulls all season long every Friday night on Your View New England. Be sure to follow the Gulls all season long on our social media accounts at Newport Gulls on Twitter and Instagram, and Facebook.com/Newport Gulls, and subscribe on YouTube.com/Newport Gulls for the latest video highlights and exclusive interviews. The Newport Gulls broadcast network features 7 high-definition cameras, graphics, instant replay, and extended pregame and postgame coverage. Watch the Gulls all season long every Friday night on Your View New England. Be sure to follow the Gulls all season long on our social media accounts at Newport Gulls on Twitter and Instagram, and Facebook.com/Newport Gulls, and subscribe on YouTube.com/Newport Gulls for the latest video highlights and exclusive interviews. The 2021 New England League All-Star Game will be hosted by the Newport Gulls at historic Cardines Field on Sunday, July 18th. Join the NECBL's best as they take to the diamond in front of scouts from every MLB organization at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Visit asg21.necbl.com for more information. Whether you're an island resident or just visiting, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking the New England League's preferred partner, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Visit steamshipauthority.com for more information.
Eight to 3 Blue Sox as we go to the top of the 8th inning.
Leading off the 8th inning.
As top of the order for Valley after this, going into this inning. It begins with Brendan Hewitt. New pitcher on the mound for Newport, and the first pitch he throws to Brendan Hewitt, a liner in for a base hit. Bo Broody, the new arm for the Newport Gulls. He makes his 4th appearance this year, the URI product. Last pitched on June 17th against Ocean State and went an inning scoreless with a walk and a punch out. That's his 4th appearance for the Gulls. 2nd one he's made at home. And Brendan Hewitt continues a strong day. 2 for 5 with a walk, has reached base 3 times tonight. First pitch to Travis Holt in there for a strike.
Brendan Hewitt reaching base 3 times out of the leadoff spot. Big coaching decision by Hez Randolph to put him there, and he makes him look great.
After being in the 8th spot on Monday and played well in it. 2 hits that night, and he reached base 4 times. And tonight, 2 hits and has reached base 3 times. 0-2 to the 2-hitter, the second baseman Travis Holt, who's also reached base twice tonight. As the runner goes, this pitch is up high, and sliding in safe is Brendan Hewitt, the speedster center fielder, able to swipe a bag and put a runner promptly in a scoring position for Valley.
And Cerruto wants to talk things over with Broody here.
Bit of a mound visit for the Gulls, with Valley immediately threatening. And it's a dangerous part of the order to do it with. Travis Holt, the team leader in hits, 17 of them, including a double down the left field line, his last at bat. Now the 1-2 for Broody. Fastball got him, strike 3. Nice bounce back from Bo Bruni after the leadoff single. And there's one away.
Nathan Thomas still seeking his first hit of the ball game. He's 0 for 3 with a walk.
The third baseman
Walked and scored in that 5th inning. That big 5th inning. Biggest inning of the ball game for the Valley Blue Sox. They pushed across 4 runs after 3 an inning prior in the 4th. Opportunity for the 3-hitter Thomas with Hewitt on second. First pitch is upstairs.
If you look at Bo Brudy's all of his career, college and also league-wise, he averages a 43 ERA.
Actually, the goals this year and with the goals in 2019.
My apologies. I meant to say 43 errors, not ERA. My apologies.
This ball gets the outside part of the plate, and it's 1-1. Valley by 5. They are looking for more in this top half of the 8th. A strong night for the Blue Sox bats. 8 runs to go with 10 hits. One. Driven in the air, foul.
better call Newport Glass.
Thomas, a .272 hitter with Valley this year. 44 at-bats. 4 home runs, one of which came last night, either Monday.
5 on Monday, and we've yet to see one here tonight.
Despite the 11 runs on the board. 1-2. Too far upstairs, and the count's even.
So what I will say is Cal may bring the losses, but he also brings the long ball.
He does. And we talk about it after the game. He got the call on the Newport home run, and I got the call on all 4 Valley home runs. So interesting how
that always happens.
Things work out,
Cal.
right? 2-2. Here it comes from Brudy. Thomas just stays alive. Thomas out of St. Joe's, Hockerson, Delaware. Not too many players in this league from the state of Delaware. Well, one at the plate right now in the 3 spot. 6'5", 225. See why he has the power that he does. 2-2. Able to hold off on his swing on a ball outside, and the count's full.
Just reaching the top of the hour, 9 o'clock, 9:03 now Eastern time.
Shockingly, still some light if you look outside Cardines Field here in beautiful Newport.
3-2. He's chopped hard, but right to the first baseman, Hewlett. Easy second out. But the runner, Hewitt, advances 90 feet. Credit the stolen base. Otherwise, again, that might have been a double play opportunity. Instead, another potential Valley run 90 feet away.
The first baseman, number 10.
Now it's the cleanup man, Luke Franzoni. Xavier Musketeer. A lot of Xavier Musketeers on this Valley team, as we've pointed out. Swing is at the first pitch and pops it foul.
I think with a lot of people from the same school, you got to think that's a good chemistry boost for this team. That's why they probably mesh so well together.
They're looking to become the first team in the NECBL to reach the 10-win plateau. Right now they're on their way, trying to make sure that a little more with some run support here. As this pitch is a fastball high and tight to Franzoni. 1 for 4 today, but has struck out in his last 2 at-bats in the 5th and the 6th. Gulls team that has had some success with, by way of the K, 12 strikeouts for Gulls pitchers tonight. Sharp breaker from Brudy, but it just misses. 7 from Grayson Moore, coming in his last 3 innings. He struck out the side twice, and Ethan Hoopengartner did the same in the 6th by striking out the side. Runner on third is Hewitt, 90 feet away from scoring. Here's the 2-1. Breaking ball, it gets the zone this time. One more strike to get for Bo Brudy.
Seen a lot of up and away breaking balls on both sides in this game. Not something you'll see at the higher levels, as those players would definitely be able to take advantage.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch, swing and a miss. So Brudy able to work out of trouble after the leadoff Man reaches base. Nothing further for Valley in the top of the 8th. It's still 8-3 Blue Sox over the Gulls as we go to the bottom of the 8th here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Gulls, raising the bar in summer collegiate baseball, right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Fans, the NECBL's Broadcast Network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8. Purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule. The 2021 New England League All-Star Game will be hosted by the Newport Gulls at historic Cardines Field on Sunday, July 18th. Join the NECBL's best as they take to the diamond in front of scouts from every MLB organization at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Visit asg21.necbl.com for more information. You, our loyal fans, will be selecting 2 players to this year's All-Star Game. Beginning on Monday, July 12th, fans will be able to vote for the final All-Star for each of the North and South Division teams. The player from each division with the most votes will be named to the NECBL All-Star Team and suit up with the rest of the All-Stars on Sunday, July 18th in Newport. Fan voting will take place online at vote21.necbl.com beginning on Monday, July 12th.
So the last of the 8th we go. Newport needs some runs. They're down 8-3 to the Valley Blue Sox in the 4th match between these 2 teams. Thanks for joining us on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Zach Letson joined alongside Devin Dobik and David Blaise. Second time in 3 days that these 2 have played. Newport were winners in a close one on Monday. As Ceruto at the plate, lines the first pitch he sees, diving stop by LaPlante, throws over to first, a wild throw, not nearly in time, but impressive just to keep it in the infield, and Newport has a base runner to start things in the 8th.
Packed Cardines Field tonight. We just got the capacity 2571 here. And you said, Zach, the place seats about 3,000?
Roughly, yeah. And this is in a year where we're trying to get close to getting back to full capacity. It's, I mean, a very refreshing sight to see.
Yes, absolutely.
Here's C.J. Pitaro for the Gulls. He had a hit back in the 5th inning, a single for Newport. 1 for 3 on the day.
And to your point, it's kind of like the light at the end of the tunnel here. Seeing, almost a full ballpark at a New England College Baseball League game after not even having a season in 2020.
As Pitaro lines this back up the middle, this drops for a base hit. 2 singles to open up the bottom of the 8th. Could Newport have something going here? Reminiscent of how Newport played at the end of the game here last Wednesday against the Danbury Westerners when the bottom part of the order came to life. And now Newport needs that desperately to try to chip into a 5-run deficit. And here's Jordan Rogers. They're trying to keep this strong start to the inning going for Newport. 0 for 2, but did reach on a walk his last time up in the 6th. First pitch. Good breaking ball. Disagreed with the call of Tyler Bullock, but it's in there for a strike.
Interesting fact about Jordan Rogers, he has played about every single position that you can think of during his time at Michigan, including catcher. Very fascinating, very a utility player.
Swings at the 0-1 and swings right through a good curveball out of the arm of Jonathan Kelly. Still holding out strong on the mound for the Valley Blue Sox in his 4th inning of work, and he's quickly ahead of Rogers, 0-2. 3 innings with 5 punch-outs. And no hits until this bottom of the 8th when Newport picked up 2 of them. 0-2. Swing and a miss from Rogers for strike 3. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night out of the hand of Jonathan Kelly. Sits down Rogers on 3 pitches and bounces back for the first down.
But another guy who has not been out, Spencer Smith, will climb into the box. He is 1 for 1 with 2 walks.
One at bat this late in the game. That's hard to do if you're Smith, but has reached base every single time. Looks out a first pitch. Fastball high and tight, and it's 1-0.
And what more can you ask for from a 9-hitter? Talk about 2 great 9-hitters between Mason LaPlante and Spencer Smith, both doing their job before the lineup card turns over, getting on base for the top of the order.
Looks at the 1-0. This time it catches the strike zone on the inside part of the plate. And Kelly evens the count at 1-1. His 9th game as a Newport Gull. 2 walks tonight, 2 walks also on Monday. Able to see the plate really well. 1-1. Big cut and a miss from Smith on a sharp breaker out of the arm of Kelly. Still going strong, and he's ahead 1-2.
Smith tonight has 1 RBI just like Monday, but this Gulls team's very interesting. Every player on Monday did have at least 1 run, and that is definitely not the case for tonight.
He's got an opportunity to drive in a couple more. Ceruto on second, Pitaro on first. Newport down by 5. 1-2. Smith stays alive. After Smith, top of the order for the Gulls for the 5th time tonight, with Kenny Oyama on the on-deck circle. Newport looking to avoid what would be just their 2nd loss at home all year. It's been really a dream start of sorts for the Gulls to start the 2021 season. Their best start 7 games through at 6-1. The first time, started that well for the first time in 9 years. 1-2 to Smith. 2 inside. There's the good eye from the Northeastern shortstop, and it's 2-2. Newport looking for their first runs since they scored 3. All 3 came in the bottom of the 4th inning. Pitch skips in the dirt, and able to pick it is Franzoni, who is still holding strong back there. Not a tip the cap to the catcher, Paul Franzoni, who took one off of the helmet. But you wouldn't know that, by the way. He's playing the hardest position on the field at the catcher position and holding in strong. Pair of singles open this inning up for Newport, Ceruto and Pitaro. Now Spencer Smith, the 9-hitter, looking for more. Payoff pitch. Hit high in the air. Will it stay in play for the catcher, Franzoni? It bounces off the fence, and that is why Spencer Smith gets another opportunity. Not a lot of real estate here down the third base side, and a ball that looked like might have taken a slight carom off the netting and off the fence. Deems it out of play. Three balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. Pitch number 7 coming up. So the Gulls shortstop. 3-2. Driven out of play. We'll do it again. Good at bat and a good battle between Kelly and Smith.
We've seen this many times tonight. These Gulls power hitters, either they hit it just late or just early and going foul instead of seeing them out in the field.
Do it again. 1 down in the 8th. Newport looking to chip into the deficit. 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Blooped shallow in the infield as Kelly lets this pitch drop. And with the infield fly rule called, the batter ruled out. So regardless, Smith is ruled out, and Ceruto and Pitaro remain put. So essentially works as a fly out, even though the miscommunication between Kelly and the second baseman Holt. At the end of the day, it's just out number 2.
Yeah, Kelly, first of all, great job to win that at bat. But kind of a weird play. Never seemed like he wanted to get it, but kept his glove extended. And then at the last second looked over to Holt as if he was going to do something. But, I mean, on the infield fly, that always can't hurt you. If anything, it could help you if one of the runners' IQ is lacking.
Top of the order, here's Kenny Oyama. 1 for 4 today. Single in that 4th inning for the Gulls. That big 4th. He brought home 2 Gulls runs. Made it a 3-2 game at the time. 0-1. Able to check his swing on a ball in the dirt, and it's 1-1.
He's also the only Gulls player tonight to have an RBI besides Dawson Brigman. And Oyama has 2 at the moment, while Brigman only has 1.
Picked up his first hit here at Cardines Field this season. And he lines this one over the head of Holt. How about a second? This ball rolls in between the gap all the way near the wall. Oyama will have extra bases as Ceruto's in to score. An RBI double for Kenny Oyama. And Newport gets one back. It's 8-4. Opportunity getting a little bit bigger for the Gulls. It was a 5-run game. Now it's a 4-run game. And with 2 runners in scoring position, a mound visit to come for the Valley Blue Sox.
Great piece of hitting by Kenny Oyama. Laces a double right over the jumping Travis Holt. Big hit, and now a hit here could really make things interesting from Dawson Brigman.
So the day is over for Kelly on the mound. We'll have the new pitcher for you on the other side. The Gulls rallying here in the bottom of the 8th. We'll be right back on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Fans, you, our loyal fans, will be selecting 2 players to this year's All-Star Game. Beginning on Monday, July 12th, fans will be able to vote for the final All-Star for each of the North. Fans, you, our loyal fans, will be selecting 2 players to this year's All-Star Game. Beginning on Monday, July 12th, fans will be able to vote for the final All-Star for each of the North and South Division teams. The player from each division with the most votes will be named to the NECBL All-Star team and suit up with the rest of the All-Stars on Sunday, July 18th in Newport. Fan voting will take place online at vote21.necbl.com beginning on Monday, July 12th. Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8, purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule.
Going to the bullpen in his hands has Randolph and the Valley Blue Sox. Going to their most reliable arm so far in the young season, Ryan Toll out of UMass Lowell makes his team-leading 7th appearance, and for good reason. A 1.42 ERA with 24 punch-outs in just 12 2/3 innings pitched with 6 walks. Pretty ridiculous numbers for the righty. And he comes in the biggest spot so far in this ball game. Dawson Brigman up at the plate. Newport runners on 2nd and 3rd, down by 4. He looks at a first pitch fastball too far in. It's 1-0.
Starting to smell the sea a little bit here at Cardines. Kind of get that little ocean smell.
They do call it the city by the sea. Pretty good reason.
Checks out.
1-0. Pizarro on 3rd. Oyama at 1st. As this pitch is down low, and it's 2-0 to Brigman.
And the crazy thing with Ryan Toll is, to my knowledge, he is a temporary player, which means when his replacement comes, technically he is supposed to leave unless Coach Hez Randolph wants him to stay and take a different roster spot. Unless he already made that decision known, I'm not sure what's in store for Ryan Toll in the coming weeks.
Well, his first 3 pitches all miss out of the zone to Dawson Brigman. It's 3-0. I'll tell you what, it's going to be hard to get that to take that spot away from him the way he's pitched this season.
Fun fact about Ryan Toll, he's from an hour away from the newly formed Worcester, Massachusetts Woo Sox. He is from Massachusetts. What part? I just had it up, and that's just my fault. Westfield, Massachusetts.
As he gets a strike back on a fastball that Brigman looks at. It's now 3-1. 2 down here in the bottom of the 8th as Valley goes to the bullpen for just the second time tonight. But for a pretty good reason. Newport with a huge opportunity to try to get back in the ball game. 3-1. Fastball, chopped hard by Brigman. This gets through for a base hit. 1 run is in as Pitaro scores. Oyama getting the wave home. He scores easily. Dawson Brigman, a huge RBI, 2 RBI single, and Newport is getting back in the ball game. It's 8-6.
I mean, Ryan Toll, of course, not responsible for the runners on base. Those will be charged to John Kelly. But nevertheless, a clutch piece of hitting by Dawson Brigman. And, you know, 1 swing of the bat, and we have a tie ball game, gentlemen.
And it's the part of the order that you'd want up. Here's Sam Cochran, the player of the game on Monday against Valley.
And we talked about how relentless Valley was on Monday. Newport up to the task as well. They're only down 2 now.
He looks at a first pitch too high. 3 runs for Newport this inning. 3 in the 4th and 3 in the 8th. That's what the Gulls have to show for it tonight. And they are down just 2. Trying to make what would be their biggest comeback this season. Runner is Brigman on first, and now a check-in. Bit of a close play, but able to dive back and safe. 0 for 2 is Cochran tonight, but a pair of sharp lineouts to the shortstop Mason LaPlante, the reason for that. Also was hit by a pitch in the first and walked in the third. Been on base twice after being on base 5 times 2 days ago. 1-0. Looks out a pitch down low. So after falling behind to Brigman, 3-0. Now behind 2-0 to Cochran is Ryan Toll. Newport was down 5. Now they're down just 2 with a tying run at the dish. For the Week 2 honor roll recipient, Sam Cochran. Another check-in on Brigman, who's back. Are you concerned about the DH over at first base is Ryan Toll? Of course, this is an aggressive Newport team. No one with more hits this year on the Newport Gulls than the man at the plate, Sam Cochran, 18 of them. And he shoots the 2-0 deep into left field. This ball, camping underneath it, is Schultz to make a catch deep into left field to retire the side. Sam Cochran gave it a ride, but the side is retired. Newport rallies for 3 in the bottom of the 8th and have made this a fantastic ball game. It's 8-6 as we head to the last of the ninth, to the 9th inning. But before we go to the 9th, let's keep it here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. I'll toss it over to David Blaze to give us one final look around the NECBL. David?
Perfect. Thank you, Zach. I appreciate it. Tonight we had 3 Northern Division matchups and 2 Southern Division matchups. Our first one of the night would be the 5th place North Adams Staple Cats at the 6th place Winnipesaukee Muskrats. The Muskrats are up 12-6 at the top of the 7th. Then we also have the 2nd place Vermont Mountaineers at the 3rd place Keene Swamp Bats. Swamp Bats are currently up 6-5 at the bottom of the 8th. And then our final Northern Division matchup of the night is the 4th place North Shore Navigators at the 1st place Upper Valley Nighthawks at Upper Valley. The Navigators are up 10-9 in a high-scoring affair at the top of the 8th. Shades of Monday from here at Cardees. And then our first Southern Division matchup of the night is the 4th place Danbury Westerners at the 5th place Mystic Schooners, with Mystic winning it at 3-0. And then our final Southern Division matchup of the night is the 6th place Ocean State Waves at the 7th place Bristol Blues in Bristol, and Ocean State wins it 1-0.
Wow. I'll tell you what, a thrilling night around NECBL action. 3 one-run games, as David just touched on. We got a 2-run game right here, and what's turned into another classic between these two. Newport is looking for their 4th straight win and a 4th straight win to open the year against Valley. They got 3 runs back, but now an opportunity for Valley to answer, as they've done all night against Newport, with hitters 5, 6, and 7 to face Bo Broody.
And a big spot for Brian Hart, of course. the leader in the ball club with home runs. He's got 5, trying to add a couple insurance runs for the Valley Blue Sox here, or at least get on base to extend the order. And I will be interested to see what Valley comes with in the 9th if we're looking ahead, because they have some solid relievers who have not allowed a run between Balducci and Pattysack.
As this first pitch skips in the dirt. We did see Balducci on Monday, and this, I've been impressed with arms that we've seen from Hez Randolph's team. Only gone to the bullpen 2 times tonight.
Or excuse me, Pattysack actually gave up his first run just a couple games ago.
As Huth looks at another pitch out of the zone, he's ahead, Brian Hart ahead 2-0. Reached base twice tonight, once via the walk. Couldn't for a second one. This pitch out of the glove, and he's ahead 3 balls, no strikes.
You know, to keep our theme of the 80s going, you know, the only Brian Hart on Baseball Reference was born in 1989. Unfortunately, he is not listed on there.
It's 3-0 to the DH, Brian Hart. Pitch from Broody. Get me over fastball. Right down the chute, it's 3-1. Second inning of work for Bo Broody, 19 pitches in. With 1 hit and a pair of punch-outs in inning number 1 for him. And he gets a strike that Brian Hart disagrees with, but he's left the bat on the shoulder for 5 pitches to start this at-bat. And from 3-0 to 3-2, Broody has battled back. Payoff pitch. Hart just stays alive.
Great job protecting there. You know, he hasn't swung the bat, as you said, Zach, in 5 pitches. So to be able to get a bat on that 6th one and spoil the punch out is huge. Prolong the at-bat. 7th pitch coming of this at-bat.
I've seen some great at-bats here at Cardinals tonight. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch is too far out. And a patient approach from the DH, Brian Hart, earns Valley the leadoff base runner here in the 9th. Second walk of the day for Brian Hart. Now Luke Franzoni, who's reached via the walk himself. Other Paul Franzoni, excuse me, the brother of Luke Franzoni, has reached on a walk, and for a second straight plate appearance, the man cannot catch a break. He is hit by a pitch.
He might want to check his jersey for a ball magnet. I don't know what it is with this ball tonight, just hitting him.
Oh boy. Shades of Scott Sterling a little bit. I don't know if you've seen any of that video of the guy that keeps getting hit. But I see a baseball version of it with Stephen Piscotty, an outfielder for the St. Louis Cardinals. But unfortunate there for Franzoni, who fortunately is all right. He stays in the game, but what an opportunity immediately for Valley. Runners on first and second, nobody out for Garrett Schultz. Squares around to bunt and may have had a good one if it didn't hit his bat a second time. It's 0-1. So Franzoni hit by a pitch twice. Walked and singled tonight. Been all over the baseball field. And for Schultz, he has had a sensational night. 3 hits in innings 2, 4, and 5. Opportunity for another one will be a huge one here in the 9th with Valley up 2. As Hewlett creeps in, and the Newport defense expecting a bunt. There it is. A good one from Schultz. Pitaro's only play is to first as Guerrera goes over and gets him in time. A sensational bunt from Garrett Schultz gets the job done. And now 2 runners in scoring position for the Blue Sox in the 9th.
Right fielder, number 37, Christian Tejada.
I believe we're going to get a pinch hitter. It's going to be Jack Hausinger.
Well, I'll tell you what, I haven't seen a pinch hit adjustment made that late, maybe ever. I mean, he was ready to come into the box, was Tejada. Then he gets word from his skipper. It'll actually be Hausinger, the Xavier Musketeer, taking this AB.
Hausinger went 2 for 4 on Monday. He scored 2 runs and walked out of the 6th spot.
A dangerous hitter to have off the bench. Newport's infield is in. First pitch, Hausinger lines it back foul. an everyday starter with Xavier. All Big East second team as a freshman. And a 297 average this past year. Pretty dangerous for a guy not in the starting lineup. The starting lineup a lot different tonight than what we saw on Monday. 0-2 is low. Rather, 0-1 is low. It's 1-1. All 4 Newport infielders are creeping in on the infield grass with runners on second and third. In the ninth, 1-1. Too far outside, and Rudy behind once again. This time to Hausinger, it's 2-1. Hart on third, and Franzoni on second. This pitch is outside, and Broody is in danger of his second walk of the inning. It would load the bases here in the ninth.
Hausinger, another Xavier Musketeer, a senior. Batted .297 this season.
3-1. Too far outside, and Jack Hausinger comes off the bench and earns himself a walk. And the sacks are packed for Valley in the ninth for Mason LaPlante. Well, LaPlante came up in the ninth inning 48 hours ago and had a pretty big at bat, a 2-run home run. And a home run here to pretty much put the game on ice. And Greg Zackerson will go out and talk to Broody out on the bump. It's Valley by 2 over Newport. Newport has battled back in this game, earned 3 runs in that bottom of the 8th inning, but Valley might get those right back just a half inning later. They have loaded the bases without recording a hit here in the ninth. Walks from Hart and the pinch hitter Hausinger, and Franzoni hit by a pitch for the second time. Have given Valley a magnificent opportunity. It's a home run swing from LaPlante, but he cuts and misses at it. It's 0-1.
You know, I called them the Rally Blue Sox, but this is not for a rally. This is not for a win right here. This is just to ice the game. Home run right here, grand salami. That will do it.
As he drives the 0-1 deep into right field, but Cochran makes his way over and makes the catch, tagging his Hart from third. The throw comes into second, and a sacrifice fly from Mason LaPlante. That'll get the job done. A run home for Valley, and it's 9-6 in the ninth.
Center fielder.
Do your job. That's been the message all game. RBI, ground out, sack, fly, walk, whatever it is. Valley Blue Sox have been up to the task, and that's why they got a 3-run lead here in the top of the ninth.
Top of the order, it's Brendan Hewitt. Looks at a first pitch strike. Well, those bottom 2 hitters in the order, Tejada with a pair of RBI groundouts, and LaPlante a sacrifice fly. Not as productive as you can get without getting base hits. Valley will take that, up by 3 in the ninth. As Hewitt squares around a bunt, and bunts a very good one, but it rolls just foul.
That would have been perfect.
Well, if it stayed on the grass, I think he had himself a base hit. But once it got the momentum and got in the dirt, it rolled in the favor of the Newport Gulls.
Already the 6th at-bat for Brendan Hewitt. I mean, that's a lot. I'm pretty sure the top 2 or 3 guys for the Blue Sox on Monday night had 6 IBs as well. But still, I mean, that's a lot for a baseball game.
He's got a pair of hits in there. A double at started this game. Single in the 7th. 0-2 to him here. Broody's pitch. Too far inside. Oh, every time Newport has put runs on the board, Blue Sox have answered them. 3 by Newport in the 4th, and 5 unanswered by Valley the next 2 frames. And a response by Valley after Newport put up 3 last inning. So this pitch is too far outside, and it's 2-2 to Hewitt. Mentioned this his 6th plate appearance tonight, and he's looking to reach for the 4th time. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. It's chopped hard. Off the backhand, off the glove of Pizarro, and he won't have a play. Be an error on C.J. Pizarro on a hard hit ball, but able to keep it on the infield and potentially save a run as runner Franzoni forced to hold at third. And once again, Valley has the bases loaded, this time for the two-hitter Travis Holt.
And Travis Holt is almost the exact person you want up in this situation, shy of Cole Andrews, who just seems to be not even human in the ninth inning.
First pitch misses from Broody.
Holt has been doing absolutely everything for the Blue Sox tonight, but the only thing he is missing an RBI, and now is a prime opportunity for that.
Buckled a little bit on this pitch, but it's too far inside, and Broody again behind, this time to Holt. It's 2-0. A double in the sixth inning. Reached on an error and scored inning prior to that in the fifth. And he drives the 2-0 hard, but too far to the left. A rocket off the bat of Holt. That's a foul ball. It's 2-1. Franzoni on third, Hausinger on second, and Brendan Huth on first. Spaces loaded for Valley. As a fastball from Broody misses, and he's in danger of walking in a run.
And that would be an RBI for Travis Holt. And complete, as David said, seemingly him doing everything tonight.
Well, he's got 5 of them on the year. Pitch away from a sixth. And he chops this one hard. Another opportunity for Pizarro. Fields throws over to first. And in time. So C.J. Pizarro, a good play from one corner of the diamond to the other. Strands the bases loaded, and Newport with one final opportunity to rally in the bottom of the ninth. 9-6, Valley on top of Newport as we head to the bottom of the ninth here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Is the official on-field cap of the NECBL. Also known as the Z-Hats, Zephyr is the authentic college hat with a loyal following of those who only wear the Z. Zephyr makes hats for over 800 colleges and channels that same energy and creativity into building custom hats of all types for pro sports teams, clothing brands, and companies everywhere. Make sure you pick up your Newport Gulls official on-field cap today.
Need your Gulls fix? Check out NewportGulls.com. That's NewportGulls.com. NCTV 18 Newport County, the World Wide Web, and on DVD. This is Newport Gulls Baseball on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
A reminder that this copyrighted telecast is the exclusive property of the Newport Gulls Baseball Club and the New England Collegiate Baseball League, presented by the authority of the NECBL Broadcast Network for the entertainment of our listening and viewing audience. It may not be reproduced, re-recorded, or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game cannot be disseminated without the express written consent of the Newport Gulls and the Commissioner's Office of the New England Collegiate.
The 2021 New England League All-Star Game will be hosted by the Newport Gulls at historic Cardines Field on Sunday, July 18th. Join the NECBL's best as they take to the diamond in front of scouts from every MLB organization at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Visit asg21.n.
One last chance for Newport. Here's Justin Guerrero to lead things off. He looks at a strike. It's 4, 5, and 6 for the Gulls. The heart of the order. One last gasp. Down by 3 runs. Sharp pitch and sharp breaker that is on the outside part of the plate, and Guerrero's quickly behind, no balls, 2 strikes.
You know, I may have spoken a little too soon earlier when I said it's a rare occurrence for Guerrero not to have runners on base when at bat, and this is the second time of the night having that.
Swings and misses on a fastball upstairs, and for a third straight at bat, goes down swinging. Impressive stuff from the Valley reliever Toll, and there's one away in the ninth.
And just to take you through the defensive changes with Tejada being pitch hit for by Hausinger. Hausinger goes into second, moving Holt over to third. Thomas goes to first, and out in right is now Luke Franzoni.
Big cut and a miss from Bryce Hewlett. A man himself that came off the bench for Newport. He replaced Cal Perillo back an inning ago for, rather 2 innings ago for Newport. And he struck out swinging. That ended the bottom of the 7th. Struck out looking. 1 ball and 1 strike, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Another fastball. He's now behind 1-2. He did come off the bench for Newport and hit a home run last Wednesday against Danbury. He swings and misses at the 1-2 for strike 3. Strong fastball from reliever Toll. Ryan Toll now 1 out away from a Valley victory.
And you see here, Zach, why he has, through coming into tonight, how he has 24 strikeouts through just 12 2/3 innings pitch, showing his stuff right now.
Last opportunity is Peter Ceruto, and he swings and misses at the first pitch for strike 1. Between the 4 and 5 spots in the lineup, 6 strikeouts. Impressive stuff from this Valley Blue Sox team tonight. As the 0-1 is too low. Now it's 1-1. Well, 3 pitches, all that he needed for Guerrero. All he needed 4 to Hewlett. 1-1. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2, and Newport down to their final strike.
You know, no matter how this game ends, you got to give credit to both teams being very competitive and hard fought. Now, this is not an easy win for either team tonight.
1-2, the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's your ball game. The Valley Blue Sox, for the first time in 2021, come out on top against the Newport Gulls. They win tonight's game by a score of 9-6. We'll break it all down for you on the Newport Gulls postgame show. Coming up next. Don't go anywhere here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Loyal fans will be selecting 2 players to this year's All-Star Game. Beginning on Monday, July 12th, fans will be able to vote for the final All-Star for each of the North and South Division teams. The player from each division with the most votes will be named to the NECBL All-Star Team and suit up with the rest of the All-Stars on Sunday, July 18th in Newport. Fan voting will take place online at vote21.necbl.com beginning on Monday, July 12th. Zephyr is the official on-field cap of the NECBL. Also known as the Z-Hats, Zephyr is the authentic college hat with a loyal following of those who only wear the Z. Zephyr makes hats for over 800 colleges and channels that same energy and creativity into building custom hats of all types for pro sports teams, clothing brands, and companies everywhere. Make sure you pick up your Newport Gulls official on-field cap today.
Fans, you, our loyal fans, will be selecting 2 players to this year's All-Star Game. Beginning on Monday, July 12th, fans will be able to vote for the final All-Star for each of the North and South Division teams. The player from each division with the most votes will be named to the NECBL All-Star Team and suit up with the rest of the All-Stars on Sunday, July 18th in Newport. Fan voting will take place online at vote21.necbl.com beginning on Monday, July 12th. Stay tuned for the Newport Gulls postgame report, next on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Back here at Cardines Field, it's a final between the Newport Gulls and the Valley Blue Sox. Valley, for the first time this year in 4 matchups, comes out on top over Newport by a score of 9-6. We welcome you to the Newport Gulls postgame show. Zach Letson joined alongside Valley Blue Sox broadcaster Devin Dobick and the field reporter for the Newport Gulls, David Blaise. And what a game this was tonight. No score through 3 innings, but Valley scored first and kind of answered the bell every time Newport had an answer tonight.
Yeah, it feels good for Valley. to get back into the win column, especially against a team that's beat them 3 times. As you stated multiple times, Valley 9-2 against the rest of the division, but 0-3 against the Gulls before the win here tonight. And it was just a lot of errors that happened as far as walks going, and Valley was able to capitalize on every mistake made by the Newport Gulls, and in the end, that ended up being the difference maker.
Now, let's break down tonight's game a little bit further. No score through those first 3 innings, but Valley with 3 runs in the 4th inning and then 4 more in the 5th, just an inning later after Newport answered with 3 innings. Really just kind of a lights-out performance from the bats, something that we saw, but kind of really just a complete performance tonight because you had the bats working for you, and then at the end of the game, a bullpen, minus the 8th inning, but in innings 6, 7, and 9 for Valley, a bullpen that was really working well.
Yeah, the bullpen for Valley, of course, Ryan Toll, who came in with a 1.42 ERA. He's been their guy all season, and of course came in, did his thing per usual, struck out the side with a little bit extra there. You know, as Zach, you told me after the game, fastest punch out of the side you've ever seen. And then also credit to John Kelly. I believe he was credited with the win, and he came in through, 3 2/3 and pitched pretty well for the Blue Sox. I believe, 2 earned runs? 3
and 2/3, but all deceiving because those first 3 innings were kind of shut down baseball.
Exactly.
And then Newport, kind of as they've done all year, were able to rally and give a fight. Even though they came up short, we did see this no-quit mentality and a fight from this Gulls team in the 8th.
Oh, without a doubt. Even with the Gulls loss tonight, you still have to give credit to Grayson Moore, who has had 7 strikeouts through the first 4 innings pitched of tonight. An absolutely amazing performance from him. Newport tonight, they didn't look their normal selves tonight. I don't know, a little bit of confusion, not hitting as well as they did Monday, but still a very hard-fought competitive game between both teams. And congratulations to Garrett Schultz, who was absolutely dominant tonight for the Valley Blue Sox, going 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs.
So Kelly, as we said, he gets the win after going 3 2/3 out of relief for the Valley Blue Sox. Chris Aldrich is dealt the loss for Newport. Loss number 4 on the year for the Gulls as the Valley Blue Sox become the first team in the NECBL to reach the 10-win plateau. They move to 10-5. While the Gulls move to 9-4. Newport will be back in action tomorrow against the Danbury Westerners. But for now, that'll do it for our portion of the post-game show up here. Devin, thanks for joining us tonight. I know you've got a long bus ride back up to Holyoke.
Yes, thank you guys so much for having me. David, Zach, pleasure to see you guys again, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys. I know we'll have more regular season games, but I'm looking forward to the postseason. A nice little rivalry brewing here between Rhode Island and Massachusetts teams respectively. It's been a pleasure, guys. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Well, I will head down to the field and now hand it over to the Newport Gulls field reporter, David Blaze, to take us through the rest of the way up here. So, David, take it away.
Perfect. Thank you, Zach, and thank you, Devin, again. Before I talk more about the Gulls tonight and this amazing matchup with the Valley Blue Sox, I do want to update some scores throughout the league tonight. For our 3 Northern Division matchups, I'm going to start up with, we have the 5th place North Adams Staple Cats at the 6th place Winnipesaukee Muskrats. The Muskrats are now up 12-6 at the bottom of the 9th. And our other northern matchup of the night with the 2nd place Vermont Mountaineers versus the 3rd place Keene Swamp Bats. The Swamp Bats win it with a final score of 7-5. Also, our 3rd and final Northern Division matchup of the night, the 4th place North Shore Navigators at the 1st place Upper Valley Nighthawks in Upper Valley. The Navigators are up 11-10 at the bottom of the 9th. And our 2 Southern Division matchups of the night, the 4th place Danbury Westerners versus the 5th place Mystic Schooners. Mystic wins it 3-0. And our last matchup for tonight, the 6th place Ocean State Waves at the 7th place Bristol Blues in Bristol. Ocean State wins it 1-0. Now joining me in a minute will be our other field reporter, Ryan Medeiros, who I'll get his take on tonight's game. Now, Ryan, as you are settling in here, just an absolutely amazing games, different shades from Monday. It was sort of an opposite day as we saw some of the struggles that us Gulls had were some of the ones that the Blue Sox had on Monday. What was your take on tonight's game?
Well, first of all, David, I'm happy that you got my name right tonight. I know last night you called me Eric, so. But anyways, no, it was a great it was a great way to see the start here for this ball game. Grayson Moore got out to a great start. I know I mentioned before the game the team's pitching had struggled. 5.07 ERA on the season coming into this ball game. Moore gave us a glimmer of hope with that dominant first 3 innings, but it kind of unraveled for him coming into the 4th inning. I know that was one of his longer appearances on the season, so you have to wonder if fatigue played a factor. But after that, it kind of was all downhill for the Gulls pitching, which has been the theme for them this season.
Exactly, and I agree with you on that. And, you know, our man, Justin Guerrero, who was absolutely hot this past Sunday, who struggled throughout this series, only getting 3 hits at 8 at-bats. How do you feel, and what do you think's up with Guerrero that he's going back into a slump like at the beginning of the season?
Well, I wouldn't say one game is quite a slump, David. I know you're the
Well, two
president of
games,
this-
two games.
2 games, but it's a short sample size. I mean, only 2 games. A guy can go through a little short spurt of time where he goes an 0 for 4 or 0 for 5 in a game, and then just turns it around the next ball game. It could the whole offense. I mean, you talked about it. Kind of ran into a buzzsaw facing the Blue Sox starting pitcher today. So I wouldn't worry too much about Guerrero. I bet he turns it around the next couple of games.
You know, speaking of heavy hitters on this team, we also had Cal Perillo in this game, but who was replaced during this game after going 0 for 3. You know, he's been the hot bat of the team, averaging almost leading everything stat-wise in terms of batting. Why do you think Coach took him out?
I don't know, David. I mean, that's something you'd have to ask the coach. Again, I'm not in the dugout for a reason. I'm up here talking to you. But I don't know. I think he's trying to get some different guys, different looks. I mean, Hewlett against the right-handed pitcher coming out of the bullpen. He does have a platoon advantage in that scenario. Perillo had a tough couple first at-bats, left a lot of runners on base. So maybe just trying to give the pitchers a different look for the Blue Sox.
Now, Grayson Moore, of course, the star of the night for the Newport Gulls with 7 strikeouts through the first 4 innings. Now, what do you think led to his success, and how do you think he was able to turn around, just having an amazing night here tonight?
Well, it seemed like his stuff played up against the Blue Sox tonight. I don't know if he went with a different pitch mix. It kind of, like I said, he was the star of the game for the first 3 innings, but it did unravel for him coming to the 4th inning, so I'm sure he's not totally pleased with this performance. But, it's a good to see for him through the first 3 innings that the stuff was working for him, and it seemed like his pitch mix was going pretty well.
Well, perfect. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate you joining me. And we're going to head down to the field with Zach Leston with the interview for the player of the game for the Newport Gulls.
The Blue Sox beat the Gulls tonight by a score of 9-6 here at Cardings Field. That'll do it for us from historic Cardings Field tonight. The Gulls are right back in action tomorrow on the road against the Danbury Westerners before returning here on Friday. You can catch that game on your view against the Ocean State Wave. So that wraps things up for us here. For my broadcast partner, Devin Dobik of the Valley Blue Sox, and the field reporter of the Newport Gulls, David Blaze, and our producer, Tom Lima, I'd like to thank you for watching tonight's broadcast. Final score for the final time, Valley 9, Newport 6. We'll see you right back here on Your View Cable on Friday night.